think so.
Alright.
And Boz, where is Boz? Boz is somewhere around here. Where has he gone? $197.
Oh,
Cool.
shit. Let me.
All right. So now that all of us who are going to be here are here, who would like to summarize last time when last we left our heroes?
I can maybe kind of, sort of.
I think we had...
So, let's see now. After the festival, we did kind of a day of a bit of exploring. We talked to, unfortunately, I don't have names up or anything right now. The main gal, I think is the way to put it. Let me get Roll20 up real quick. About some stuff and things, what's going on, and then there was the reenactment.
That turned out to not be a reenactment at all.
Yeah, we all kind of did our own separate things, but came back to the reenactment. Some of the guys are from like some separate cult thing, and they decided to go on the offense, literally, and started fucking people up with real weapons.
Yep.
Dear God. And it was a really bad time. Last we left off, we had a bunch of people kind of wounded and fucked up all over the battlefield. A couple of peeps. Thankfully, no one overly important died, but everyone's kind of hurt and messed up. But yeah.
We are still
the local
not
townspeople got their
quite
shit pushed
sure.
in.
Yeah. We're also still not quite sure what exactly the motives were. At least not yet.
Yeah, that too.
So I...
Oh my god.
Alright, combat, I'm just going to preface, combat is a possibility in this session. I'm not going to be using the Roll20 because I've had no time to prep anything on it, so we're going to be doing Theater of the Mind this time around.
Ooh.
Shouldn't be too serious.
Works for me, because my Roll20's bugging out.
Awesome.
Roll20 is always bugging out.
It is.
Yep.
Recap? You guys want recap?
We already did.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here-ish.
Would you like to attempt to also recap and see if you have something fun to do with it?
Yeah. So we investigated the town for another day, kind of did our own things. Mike continued to ask about his thing. All the keep stuff happened in the funeral. Then we went on to the field. We're doing the reenactment. Urgo Green Shield, which we found was weirdly, like, well put together, as if nothing had really happened to it. It was in the possession of Byron up at the hill, who gave it to Ocean's character, Dwarvos, with the intent of him dying funny. As one of Urgo's last wishes. We were doing it. They started stabbing their own soldiers, then they started stabbing us, and it appeared that the mercenary band was kind of turning against us. They attacked the people up at the hill and wounded them, but I don't think killed anyone outright. We all got weird god powers for a second there. And yeah, also the guy was notably wearing the banner of a god we don't know, but was a 5-colored symbol, Tiamat. The 5-colored symbol of Tiamat, but we do not know that it's Tiamat. We also do not know the name Tiamat. But they were notably there. Yeah, but they appeared kind of while we were doing everything, showed up, yelled about something, cult stuff, tried to kill us. They were specifically after Twint. We don't know why, but then we all killed them.
Yes.
Yeah.
They got messed up. It was a good time.
And our little companion guy raged out, or Dell.
Yep.
And tackled a man off a horse. Also, a guy who was not wielding a real weapon, but was wielding a potlet as a shield and a stick, managed to kill like 2 people with it.
Oh, yeah, just...
Yeah.
Yes.
That was pretty
Old
funny,
John
I'm not gonna lie.
I think we saved him. I'm pretty sure he went down, but we stabilized him.
Yes.
I hope we did.
You did.
That man's a hero and deserves that.
So he's alive. But yeah, we defeated all the other troops that seemed to have it, but there was a large battle kind of raging around us. And things look bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think the
Well,
last thing we did was start healing people up.
Yeah, so the battle more or less ended when you beat up the main guy.
Yeah. He got really messed up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now I'm
I think
actually gonna
twins. Yeah.
I'm driving now.
I did things.
Okay.
See you guys.
So,
See
yeah.
ya.
Okay. Well.
All right.
So Swampy's probably on his way back home. Probably.
What I was really hoping he would do, rather than basically repeat what Ocean says, was I was really hoping he would point out that Ocean failed to die funny with the green shield.
Yeah.
This
Wasn't
is
that a
true,
prerequisite
but
for the actual reenactment? Who's supposed to die funny?
Yeah, his one job in the reenactment was to die funny.
Okay, well, I think things happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but come on, man, you got to get in the spirit of it. That one dude with the pot lid did.
Yep.
this is true. And then he he went all ham on them, which is a great time.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That is the funniest complete degenerate scenario as a DM is when you have someone with a commoner stat block who just starts wrecking people's crap. That was kind of funny.
Ye-
Man had a -1 to hit and everything.
Pain.
Alrighty. So, the immediate aftermath of the battle is that there are a lot of very hurt people. The mercenaries are, as far as you can tell, they were basically just mercenaries from this organization. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted at the moment. Yeah, they all appear to be people from the Ironclad Legion, from Cudgel's people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were all wearing a specific mark. They were led by someone who was an officer in her company, and from the colors, they all appear to be part of his regiment specifically. Jayev, in the immediate aftermath of the battle, appears to have, to put it lightly, been kicked the crap out of. And he is currently digging through the bodies you left behind, looking for someone still alive.
Who's JF?
Iriata is kind of under the tree that Twint was hiding in, vomiting, not having a good time.
Mm.
And every other named NPC at the moment, I think, is unconscious.
Jesus.
Yes. No, Becklin is okay. Cudgel, Raven, and Darrett are unconscious. And Becklin is okay in the loosest possible terms.
Yep.
Oh boy.
And we're still in. We cut back to basically like the immediate aftermath of everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The battle ended seconds ago. Jayev jumped off the cliff where you and he were fighting the other people, and he is now digging through the corpses you left behind, looking for someone still alive.
Oh,
Okay.
for information. That's right.
I'm gonna help him out. Like, see if
Okay.
there's anybody still kicking.
Got it. So while you do that, I need you to roll me investigation, please.
Mm.
Not great.
Or medicine, if that's any better.
It's not. Oh, okay, 14.
14. Alright. You will find someone. It's going to take you a couple of minutes, though, if anyone else wants to do something.
You said there's like 2 or 3 people who are, I think, up the hill somewhere. Got kicked the crap out of and are unconscious.
Yes, there's Potlid guy and then 2 uninvolved people. Or people who were involved in the reenactment tried to get away and got run down by the horseback guys.
Ah.
Okay. So none of our very, very important people. I'm going to start just...
I think their families would argue that they're all very, very important.
Oh, no. I get it. I'm saying within the story. But either way, I'm going to start just going around giving medical, just general medical stuff and things. Because I have, at this point, if I remember correctly, absolutely no spell slots.
No.
Possibly not.
Yeah, I can do spare the
Well-
dying if they're dying, but besides that, yeah,
Well,
no.
you leveled up after the fight, so you should have your level 3 spell slots, yeah?
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Whatever spell slots you got from turning level 3, you should still have those.
I think I did that right. Yes. Okay, yep. I remember now.
Actually, so you said there's. 'Cause I did level up, so I should get those spells.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Also, Hef, I don't currently have permission to view Twin's character sheet on Dice Cloud.
Share.
Should
yes.
Yeah.
So there's 3 people that are hurt. Who are
Username
kind of
or
unconscious.
email.
And then just off the way, there is a few of our more important named figures who are also kind of messed up, right?
Do you have a Dice Cloud account?
So what I normally do, I need to find a character sheet, or pull up a character sheet so I can tell you what to do. So yes, there are 3. I will phrase it very differently from you. There are 3 people who are currently downed whose names you do not know.
So
You can set it to anyone with a link for share,
Yeah.
and that should let me do it. Sorry.
I'm gonna use Prayer of Healing. It is a 10-minute spell, but I got 6 targets,
Okay.
basically just within sight.
Mhm.
So 6 targets. It's 2d8 plus 4 for healing.
Okay.
So it's relatively a full heal, probably.
Okay.
So it's those 3, and then whoever else around is on our side that's kind of messed up.
Mhm.
I think there was one guy on the cliffside who was pretty heavily wounded.
So
Overexcited golden retriever.
that'd be Garrett.
Yeah.
You might need to have them pulled down from the cliff to get them in range, so you can have like a little posse of people you're going to heal.
Okay. Can I work that out? Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're not too worried about the logistics of how long that's going to take. It's just
10 minutes, whatever.
yeah, it'll be fine. Dragging them down can be part of healing them for all I care.
Yes. So
That is
that's what my
what
character's
you're
up to.
doing. All right. In the meantime, Twint, got anything you want to do?
I don't know. Search the enemy bodies.
All right. So most of them have basic equipment, leather armor that's been pretty heavily slashed. The mounted soldiers all had half plate armor, but most of that's been destroyed by you killing them.
Fair enough. Putting holes in their chest.
Mm-hmm. When you managed to rip Greganis' arm off with an ultra-powered arrow from the Great Beyond, you also destroyed his frankly kind of terrible custom crossbow, the one where he would like stab himself if he shot it wrong.
Oh no.
However, he in particular has 4 gold pieces and a stamped steel coin on him,
Hey.
as well as a spell scroll that you don't know how to read.
Inventory. 4 pieces of gold. 4.
Actually, can you roll me history?
History. Stats. +2. Gotta place it in the right place. Roll 1d20 plus control AC 2 enter 13.
13. Yeah, so the steel coin is a proper minted coin from Solamnia.
Mm-hmm.
It is, however, exceptionally rare. They're worth the same amount as a gold coin, but we are currently in a world that is technically post, but currently pre-production of steel.
Ah.
So nobody knows how to make it anymore. It was lost in the calamity,
Mm.
and the only remnants of steel are things like someone will find a broken dagger, and it can be reforged into coins.
Ah.
But there's not really enough of it, and you can't really reforge it into weapons without destroying its carbonation, and nobody knows that yet. So all they know is they can't really make weapons out of it, so it's just a very pretty, very valuable metal.
Mm.
It is equal to a gold coin, but it's a whole lot more prestigious.
Mm.
It's not something a mercenary captain, let alone lieutenant, would be carrying around with them.
Alright. 1 stamped steel coin.
It's also probably more than he would make in about a year of work. That's a lot of money.
Jesus.
Meanwhile, Mike, you have found someone who is alive. He's not in good shape, though.
I'm gonna kind of disrespectfully slap him awake. Upsy daisy,
All right.
buddy. We gotta talk.
Do me a favor and roll medicine for that.
Oh boy.
You're asking me the wrong
No, I'm asking you.
one.
Awesome.
Oh no.
Oh god! Just
Man's gonna
No,
kill
no,
him.
slap
no.
him. He had 1 hit point left.
You slap him, and he's kind of groggily comes to his eyes like hazily focus on you, and JF goes, no, you do it this way. Grabs him from you and nicks him in the balls.
Oh.
That's okay.
Okay.
Bruh.
Wake up, scum.
Okay, that's a little harsh.
As soon as the guy is done vomiting, he like cowers in terror, and JF hands him back to you very stiffly. You could do the interrogation, because if I do it, I'll rip out his ribs and slit his throat with them.
Yeah.
All right, that's a little much. We need information, and that's not helping.
He walks off and starts repeatedly stabbing Gregonis's corpse, swearing the entire time.
Hey.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try and get him to back off a little bit. Like, let's slow down, buddy. We need to talk to him.
No, he's walked away from you so that he doesn't kill the
Okay.
guy you're trying to interrogate.
Okay. So I'm gonna look at. I guess he had bad cop. Now it's good cop time. All right, man. Listen. We want some answers, and I think you got them. Want to talk?
And what'll you do to me if I don't, hmm?
Well, it's not exactly my. It's what I can do for you, right? These are kindly folk who just had their town attacked during a celebration, so they're not happy. I can make sure that you're still breathing by the end of this. All right, that's what I got to offer. So, you want to give me some answers?
He kind of takes in his surroundings, and I need you to roll persuasion for that.
Okay. I'm currently stepped away from my computer because I'm grabbing food. Can someone roll
This
me
is fine.
persuasion? I have a +1.
Okay. This is fine. I'll actually let you roll when you get back. We'll cut back to Ocean real quick.
Okie dokie. What's up?
Well, that man is taking in his surroundings. You have gathered a posse of people who you are going to heal.
Yes. Yes, I am.
And they receive healing. How exactly do you flavor the spell, I will say?
So this spell is technically like, you're supposed to pray for about 10 minutes. Everyone gets, pretty heavily healed, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little different. Like,
Okay.
I don't know if I should do this the dwarf way.
How would Dwarvos do it?
With a hammer. Alright, so...
All right.
So, Dwarvos, it starts with a little prayer.
Mhm.
And it ends with... So it's a prayer. He opens his locket, has a
Mhm.
little bit of prayer, but at the very end, the way he words it is, "May the fires in the forge burn bright," and he takes his hammer and his other shield and smashes together, creating a rather loud gong noise.
Mhm.
And then pretty much everyone around gets
Damn.
healed.
All right. So he's seen this ritual performed before by other clerics of the Forge, typically higher members of. It's not really a church; it's more like like a work union or organization.
Mm-hmm.
But like somebody gets hurt on the job, somebody breaks an arm or something like that. You've seen this performed to do healing.
Yeah.
Normally, it's the loud gong or the holy symbol glowing, and then magic just kind of happens. For you, there's about a second or so of dead silence where the sound should ring out, but it's delayed by a second. And then you hear the sound. Everyone else reacts to the sound. You can see it's happening, but it's muted for you. And you feel this wave of warming energy kind of flow from your head to your feet. And then the grass ripples out from you. And you can see the wounds on the people around you like mend within seconds. And a couple of them snap awake, like, oh God, what's happening? Is it Raven in particular wakes up screaming and needs to be held down by a nearby village member as she is wildly thrashing like she's still holding a sword. Derek kind of comes to groggy, confused, and very obviously concussed,
Okay.
but it's more immediate, more violently powerful than you remember seeing any of the other healing spells you witnessed performed. Like it's just all at once, like this rushing wind of healing from you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Derek kind of like, and he rolls over and starts vomiting.
Ugh.
Glad to see everyone's alive now. At least a little more so than they were.
An old veteran like you can very obviously tell he has the battle shakes, where all the adrenaline is still coursing through him and he doesn't know what to do with it. Rather than magically healing them, it's almost like you reset them to the point before they even had the wounds that you healed.
Jesus. Okay.
So
So they're
it
all in
started
fight or
from the
flight.
worst wounds and worked its way backwards.
So basically, they're all in fight or flight right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And Derek,
I
whose
get the sense
sword
these
was
guys
polished
aren't the
to a
most.
mirror sheen, doesn't know what to do with it. Sorry, Mike.
I get the sense these aren't the most battle-hardened folk.
Absolutely
not.
You could have seen yourself from a mile off in Derek's sword. It was polished to oblivion. He's never used it for anything.
Oh
Damn. Yeah. I'm gonna start. I walk over to him first, like, it's all right. You know, battle's done. Lay back. Look at the skies. Stop moving.
Just he nods, tries to roll back over, and kind of like lands on your foot, flopping down onto his back.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Did I die?
No,
Am I
no,
dead?
no. This isn't heaven. This is back where we were.
Oh. And then he passes out.
Well, he's okay though, so we're fine. And then I'm gonna walk over specifically to Raven,
Mhm.
and like kneel down real quick because she's thrashing like all
Oh yeah,
hell,
no,
right?
she's panicking right now.
I'm gonna real quick, although this generally works. Basically yell, "Stop! It's okay. You can relax." Kind of snap her into focus, or attempt to.
Okay. Roll me persuasion or intimidation, whichever you feel is more appropriate.
I think in this case,
It's going to take some work to get through to her, is what I'm saying.
understandable. Jesus Christ, both are +0, so it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna try and do it intimidation.
Okay.
Because that'll snap her too.
Uh-huh.
19.
All right. So she stops thrashing. Actually, first, she accidentally punches someone who's holding her down. She punches them in the stomach, and then hears you, stops thrashing, and kind of swivels towards you with this startled animal, deer in headlights kind of stare for a second before she realizes who she's looking at. Or looks back at the dude she punches and goes, "Oh God, I'm so sorry."
I've seen that happen in real life. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Have you
the
actually?
adrenaline wake up. Yeah, I'm an MMA fighter,
Jesus.
dude. I see people
Oh,
get knocked out and get woken up all the time.
makes sense. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the time. I mean,
That's got to be the most dangerous part of the sport, is being the guy who's got to go wake that dude up.
I've been that guy.
Oh.
It doesn't happen. Okay. It does not happen often. I think I
Right.
misrepresented that. But like when it does, it's like, oh, here we go.
Oh,
Well, the
boy.
thing is, human anatomy does not have an off button, right?
No.
Not
So
really.
if you get knocked out, something has gone very wrong.
It is a pause button, not an off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Off is dead.
Yes.
This
Off
is
is
Yep.
dead.
Which
But
I
anyway.
hang around a lot of fighters in general, mostly military people, and the military people have this wonderful way of describing it where human beings have an off button. It's called their brain.
Yeah.
And that is just terrifying in
boy.
general. I
Yeah.
hate that.
it's not great.
It's accurate, but oh boy.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't though.
Tis
Same.
fat. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
All right. Anyway, so while she's collecting herself, we snap back to Mike,
Okay.
and
Yeah. So
I need you to roll persuasion real quick with advantage.
Persuasion. Okay. Can I actually with advantage you say, okay. So actually
Or intimidation if you want. You can do either.
No, persuasion's good because I got +2 to that.
Okay.
Okay, first one's a 14.
Mhm.
17.
Ooh, very nice.
So the guy looks like a startled ferret, kind of swiveling, looking for a way out, while very limp in your arms right now.
Hey.
He locks eyes with Dwarvos for about a second before Dwarvos clangs his shield. And from this dude's perspective, Dwarvos just brought 6 people back to life. So you see horror in this man's eyes for a second as he looks back to you. It's just like this true expression of feral terror in his eyes.
Oh.
Okay.
You get the sense this man is very glad his pants are brown.
I kind of sniff the air a little bit, make a face. All right. So, seems like you're a little over your head there, buddy. So, let's work this shit out. All right?
Look,
You good?
I only know so much. I'm sorry. I just did what I was told and got paid for it.
Well, you know more than me, so let's film. So, how about you fill me in?
It was last night. Gorgonis, he went into the woods, and he came out with gold, like a lot of gold,
Care to give me a
and
figure?
I like pounds of gold. I think it 9, 10, 10 me 11 bags. I don't know.
All right.
He started passing it out, around his men to anyone who would swear that they were loyal to him, and then he told us we were taking over the regiment today. That's what he said. His words.
You're not holding anything back from me, are you?
I like that response to it.
Thanks.
Um, he wanted Cudgel dead. He looks at where Cudgel is lying in the circle around Dwarvos, and at this point, Cudgel's just started laughing.
Well, you failed. So,
He
no payday
nods.
for you. So, tell me something about yourself, friend. Why'd you need the money for?
It it's money. I mean, we were paid. We don't get paid that well, you know. It's an off season. We're not supposed to be fighting. We don't have a lot of money. It was a lot of money, man.
All right. Well, what's your day to day, friend?
It's camp upkeep, duty, guard. I was usually a guard at the gate. Um, he like glances at Dwarvos again. I met him at the gate. He wasn't that scary then.
All right. So, any particular reason why you were so quick to turn? You know, be a traitor and all that?
It's,
Money? Is it money?
I follow orders. I follow the money. It's what he said. He didn't say anything about killing villagers. We were just supposed to take over the regiment and then leave. Go meet up with some larger force off west, I think.
Sus.
Alright. So, that all you got? I'm gonna gently, but making sure he knows, put my hand on his shoulder and squeeze a little bit.
That's all I know, I swear.
Thanks. Knock him out.
Okay. He crumbles like a tin can.
Yeah. Look, I work with pirates, man. This is nothing.
Right.
When I say work with pirates, I mean fight pirates. But
Well,
yes,
yeah.
I'm gonna report that back to everybody. All
Okay.
right, looks like we got some folks who a little tight on cash, from what I can tell. Bags of money involved. And
Perk.
seems like these guys were pretty quick to turn a coat. So there we have it.
Traitorous Mongol bastards is what they
Oh,
are. That was
okay. Let's not
Cudgel
go
from
that
the dirt.
far. Yep. I'm gonna go up to Kudge and just be like, "Listen, man, folks are gold corrupts, so we can't be too."
I want to know where the money came from. I pay those bastards well. I trained every
Sure.
single one of them.
Well, if you paid them so well, looks like someone had either really sweetened that pot. I don't know how much, or maybe look into your budget a little bit better.
That brings one question to mind.
I'm going back to camp and see if there's any more of these bastards.
Yeah, maybe.
Someone's gonna pay for this.
Okay.
Man's on a warpath now, out to slit some throats.
Yeah.
We do not slaughter innocent people for money.
That's fair. That's totally fair. But maybe try to
Wait.
maybe try to leave some alive so that you can ask them questions next time.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Okay.
She like goes to stand up and then falls over on a very obviously broken leg.
I'm gonna hail Y. Is she around?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Um,
Huh.
then in that case, I'll just hand it off to if anyone else has anything they want to do.
Cudgel, stay down, stay down. You're still messed up.
Fine. Break their skulls!
I then
Can I knock
go.
him? Can I knock
What?
him out?
No,
Can I knock him? Okay.
no, this
I
is
live.
cudgel. No,
I live.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
I'm gonna walk over
Hello?
to just find some branch somewhere, so I can actually make a quick splint for him, just so he can actually stand.
That's it.
Or she,
Her.
sorry, her,
There you
she. My bad.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I can still hear you guys though.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
What happened while I was gone?
Dwarvos healed some people. Twint got some money, and Mike got some information.
Yes.
We haven't moved on from the scene of kind of still at the battlefield.
No, you're still on the battlefield. This is like maybe a minute or so after the fight. Well, about
Okay.
10 minutes after the fight ended.
Haven't
10,
moved
15.
on. So
Question.
we haven't moved on.
The
Go for it.
scroll
Yes.
I picked up.
Yes.
Which one?
Did I identify it or not?
No, you don't know how to. You don't know how to identify scrolls.
Great. Adding it to my list.
Magic
do
is
that.
unfortunately not your forte.
I can do that later if you need.
If I know.
Yeah.
If Twint knows that Dwarvos can probably read it.
You can also keep the information secret and use it at a later date, doing a completely random spell you have no preparation for.
That's the
This is
problem.
true. God. But yes, this is true.
Twint, you're a rogue. You must hoard the magic,
Probably.
the items. Never let anyone else have them.
Please do not
Probably.
encourage that behavior.
I'm joking.
I need to go to the bathroom and I cannot hear you, so
Okay.
I'll be right back.
That's okay.
Well,
Okay.
while you're making the splint,
Yep.
Ocean, someone limps over to you. You don't immediately recognize him until you see the pot lid still kind of like loosely held in his hand. And he puts an arm on your shoulder and goes, You can do magic.
Can do a lot more than magic, buddy. It's been
That-
a long time.
Where did you learn to do that?
Well, I went to school for a while. Learned some magic, caught on a few tricks.
I've never seen a wizard do that.
Oh, I'm not a wizard, though. That's the funny part. That's the best part, though. I worship the forge, and boy, does she burn bright some days.
Worship. He's kind of out of it. You there are visible puzzle pieces going together in his eyes. Gods? They can do
Yep.
magic?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do most of this.
You've just visibly blown this guy's brain. There's like little bits and pieces all over the place as his entire identity crumbles before your eyes.
For example, I'll do like a quick kind of like a trick firebolt because I have that in my cantrip spell list.
Uh-huh.
Not really to throw anywhere, but I bring a little fireball out just into my hands, just like
Mhm.
I can do all sorts of fun stuff with this as I'm passing it back and forth between my hands. Magic's fascinating.
They said the gods were dead.
Who said?
Everyone. They left, didn't they?
Left is I think the wrong term. They slept. And unfortunately when they slept, they also lost power. Some of them.
Are they
Although,
coming back?
yes, they are. So, you should probably be prepared to start seeing a little bit more of this.
You're a priest.
Kind of, sort of sorts. I can do many things.
What god gives you this power?
The god of the forge, justice, kind of war. I worship the old gods of the dwarven ways. I shall pay my heeds to some of the other ones as well. There's more than
He's
one.
like very slowly nodding along. There's like with all of the bemusement of someone who has just to him it would be similar to the experience of hearing like a child say, "Oh, there's a dragon outside," and then looking out your window and seeing an actual literal freaking dragon. Just like
Oh no.
the man's entire concept of reality has just been shattered. So like with a very bemused, "Oh, that's nice," kind of nod, he just like wanders back to the pile of people and sits down.
You should probably rest a while. You'll feel better in the
He
morning.
nods as
You
he's
hear him,
walking away.
you hear him whisper "Nito burrito" in the distance.
Oh my god.
He does not know what a burrito was or is.
Nito taquito.
If you give him a taquito, his head might explode.
Don't give the pot lid man, a taquito. God.
Instant inescapable death. The spell of instant inescapable death at taquitos.
Christ.
I'm sorry. I have to.
What?
What did you do?
I have to quote those words.
Do not give the pot lid man a taquito. Oh no.
I'm sorry. I couldn't not.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay. So yeah, his reality is shattered. How are the rest of you doing?
Wondering if I'm just wondering the fuck's a taquito? Anyway,
I was just about to say the same thing. Without taquitos, that's what I'm up to.
um,
Dwarves
So
in
I'm
this
gonna
world
report-
invent Mexican food several centuries early.
Alright.
Ah, senora! Come over, let's give us also I don't know.
You know what? I like the idea of
Everybody-
Spanish dwarves way more than Scottish dwarves. I like that.
Honestly?
I'm stealing that.
Oh, my name is Juan. I'm with me, my mama.
I always
Oh.
thought of the drow as Australian because they come from down under.
Pancake, you know
I'd
for a fact
appreciate
in my
that.
setting the Portuguese.
Oh.
What?
God.
Pancake, do you know in my setting the dwarves were Portuguese?
Good for them.
What the
Yeah.
hell? Okay.
Ow.
Anyway, I'm gonna gather everybody up and report on what I've been told.
All right.
Basically, what we're looking at here is looks like some folks who wanted to make an extra dollar in their pockets, and somebody sweetened the pot with a lot of gold. Pounds, he said.
Cudgel and Raven have kind of joined in your circle.
Wow.
Raven goes, "Where did the money come from?"
I have no idea. He didn't know either. So
There's one person in town who might have that much dough. One.
that little prick from the other night.
His father.
Brackus
Yeah.
can't be behind this. Their family is broke. He's here in
Are they?
exile.
Are they?
They got kicked out of Westtide, so they're here in They came here and
Oh.
created Tide House or some nonsense like that. They're just posing. They can't possibly afford this.
Okay. Well,
Hmm.
ah.
Did he
So,
say where the money came from?
He just said it. What was this guy's name? It was
You didn't ask.
No,
Or
he
the
said.
orc?
Yeah, he
no,
said the
did
orc's
say
name went into the forest.
Orc was Greganis.
Greganis. That was the name. Okay,
Sorry.
I'm gonna get it down. Yeah. Okay. So this dude, Greganis, apparently was the one who brought it in. Claims he said the word "found" though, so it might sound like this guy doesn't normally have money. Either way, we got somebody to talk. We got a name, so that'll
He's a
help.
merc. What money do we normally have?
True.
I don't pay them that. I pay them well. I don't pay them that well.
No.
Well, it seems like
We
it was
don't
enough.
make that much money in a season.
in good season, you might make some decent cash, but not right now.
No,
Seems like you guys have a bit of an off season going on.
probably.
It's harvest season. Nobody's going to war during harvest season.
Fair.
That's when
Oh.
most of the kingdoms build up their money stores, and then at the end
Yeah.
of harvest season, they go through and do taxes.
Right, do taxes in the winter. It's too muddy and cold to fight in the winter. No one bloody wants to do that. So we go to war in spring and summer. And we have fall to train and recuperate.
Yeah.
That's how this works.
Well, whatever it was, seems like someone had some ill-begotten gains.
Could it have been Ispin?
What?
What?
You think they found
Green
one of the
Shield?
stores?
Well, I don't see why he would do it, but he had enough money from a lifetime of adventuring. If we're talking about,
He's dead.
Iceman's been dead for 2 weeks.
You think he paid them off before he died?
well, he sent instructions for things like the shield, and he'd obviously planned for the festival in advance. I can't think of any reason why he would, but
Why would he want? He loves this place. Why would he want to attack his own? Like, why would he want this festival to be attacked?
Friend of
People
everyone.
died here. Why would he want that?
I would say that's probably just a terrible idea. I doubt.
I don't know. But you were talking about who would have the resources to do it, and I figured I might as well say it.
Well, I think we need to. Start asking around because this is weird as hell.
Yeah, it is.
We don't have to discount that idea, but I'm not gonna put too much weight on that.
Did whoever you talked to say where the money came? Where did he get the money? Because he wasn't gonna cart that around in camp.
Didn't he say
He didn't know.
He said the night before in the forest.
So a mysterious benefactor.
In the forest, he said.
Yeah.
Last
That's when
night.
they were meeting up. You think they found it, like a hidden treasure or something?
No, probably met with
I don't know.
Someone wealthy, deep pockets, a lot of power,
need to-
probably quite angry.
I need to figure out who's still alive. We might have some hunters who could go scour the woods and look.
You know anyone who would have a motive to do this?
No.
I have an
Don't believe
idea.
him?
Who?
A separate god.
No.
God.
Would they be able to bankroll something like this?
You mean like
God. What are you talking about, God?
God, yeah.
A god.
As in, he met with
You
a
know.
deity before, like one of the old gods, maybe some of the newer gods that are waking up. Oh God.
A god,
Wait,
and it's
wait.
their.
Raven's like clutching her temples. Wait. Gods? What?
Long story short, gods are back. They're kind of waking up. The old gods that were there, kind of like some of the gods are waking up, but they're not all that powerful. Not hardly as powerful as they used to be. And there's some like sibling gods that are rather powerful, that are growing in power, that are causing ruckus as of current, or starting to, shall I say? But yes, gods are back.
Hold on. That Batness, the Temple of 12, has been talking about saints and gods for about 50 years now. Are you telling me they're right?
Unfortunately.
Yes.
On the other hand, gods have people and money, and people who have money.
True.
So.
I can ask a small question.
Sure.
Pancake. So
Yes.
I cut off of that guy's tunic a symbol, which he was like lauding as his master or whatever, I think.
Yes.
That symbol. I have other holy symbols. Is it like constructed in the same way as those other ones? It's not like of the same material, but like in the same style.
Hmm.
Like as if it was it was put by the same artist.
Hmm.
You have a stained glass turtle shell, yeah?
I have a turtle shell and one of the Minotaur's symbols, the fire, the multicolored fire.
Okay. Oh yeah, you do have the fire. Okay.
And I think I might have the triangle. The elf triangle, the silver triangle thing.
Possibly. I think you were given the choice between the triangle and something else.
Not entirely sure,
Anyway.
but I have at least two.
They use many of the same colors, but there's no clear like one person made all of these kind of tell to them.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna kind of hold up to Raven the symbol I cut off the tunic and the staff with the and my spear with the icons on them. Well, even if it's not necessarily a god awaken, since we're not entirely sure about all of that, we've had about one conversation.
Yeah.
They were holding this, and it seems to be a symbol. And from what I think we were told, didn't they say something about a sibling? And when the time was right, stopping them?
Yeah.
Raven and Cudgel are now completely lost.
We had a meeting with people, confusing people.
The way to put it is we had I think this is probably a bad way to put it, but so on our way here the day before, let's put it in a time frame, shall we? We had a night where we thought we got some of our stuff taken. We got basically walked up to a portal, got drawn into it, and had a meeting with three gods. Everything out on the floor. Well, yeah. So, that happened, and they informed us that things are about to go down soon. We don't know how soon, but they said soon.
Well, Raven is making mouth motions that imply she would be saying something if she could find words to say. And just like complete vacancy behind the eyes. Becklin limps up to the circle and looks at the holy symbol that Leica is holding out, and just kind of nods to herself. Takaisis.
That's who this is. She kind of holds up the multicolored one.
It's a pre-cataclysm god, one of the gods that died.
Air quotes died.
What do you mean air quotes died?
She, like,
why is their symbol here then?
She looks at you weird, and then just kind of like shakes her head. Anyway,
How do you spell that? Sorry.
TAK
TAK
HISI.
HISI.
Tech Isis. Yes.
Takaisis. Okay. That is the wrong character sheet.
Worshipped by dragon cultists, basically 6,000-8,000 years ago. One of the ancient gods.
Yeah.
Considered evil and generally malevolent, very greedy, but those gods are dead.
Mm.
Do you think that these guys would have the resources to fund something like this?
The cult died out almost 400 years ago. I don't see... Almost pre-cataclysm, they disappeared. I don't see why they'd be around now. But I also don't see why a bunch of traitor mercenaries would be wearing those colors and attacking us.
All I'm saying is, things are waking up.
Yeah,
I
unless
ain't
they
much in the
didn't
realm of
die, they
gods,
just went to
but-
sleep.
I ain't much in the
And-
realm of gods, but
An interesting theory, and I've seen you do some very interesting things, but I can't believe that gods who've been absent for 3 centuries would just start popping up willy-nilly now to make our lives a living hell. I don't see how that's possible.
Don't know.
Well, regardless, it seems this symbol meant a lot to whoever they were.
Yeah.
Clearly.
And they had to get it and the money from somewhere. It's either kind of like she's just staring at it, kind of gears turning.
We could, like Raven said, send some hunters, check in the woods, see what happens.
Yep. I think that's step one. But for
Can't go
now,
until the morning. We have to figure out who here is still alive.
True. I can probably go with the group that's raiding the forest.
I'll head out too. I'll go with.
Aren't you injured?
I never got touched that entire battle. I'm good.
So she just said we have to do that tomorrow.
All right,
Yeah.
we're doing it tomorrow.
tomorrow.
If you could go sooner, we won't object, but we won't have people ready until the morning.
Mm.
Well, I don't think it's the best idea for us to just wander into the woods with no backup. So
Also,
I say,
you know,
I could go. You see Darrett is on his feet.
Derek, which one again?
Golden Retriever guy.
Ah,
I'm gonna give him a little tap, just to see how stable he is.
He's rock steady under your hand. He also no longer looks entirely concussed.
ah,
He's shaking a little bit, but he's mostly steady on his feet.
okay, that's good.
Okay, let's not rush. Let's not be hasty.
If we need to know what's out there, I can go with you.
mm.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to heading out now. Whatever time we give them is time they can clean up whatever there is of this.
This is true.
At this point, Iriata has also mostly cleaned herself up and appears to have done so by lighting herself on fire repeatedly. And then
Okay.
she's now joined the group.
E.
Well,
She's a lot shakier than Darrett is. Like, she's very clearly not okay, but she's putting herself in the group.
Hmm.
we
I
can
think-
go tonight. That is an option, or go now, sooner rather than later. While the rest of you kind of clean things up, take a look around, figure what's going on, and then when we get our way back, we can help out further with the whoever's hurt, clean up whatever.
I say go on
We may-
recon mission while the sun is still up, and then come back before the sun goes down. And
You've got a couple hours till sunset.
yeah,
I say
Unfortunately, though, if
we
it
strike-
involves sneaking, that's not me.
mm.
I'll say, Dwarvos, you might appreciate this metaphor, but we may have to strike while the iron's hot. Because if they found out that their little plan failed and they try and hightail out of town, we got to get a move on.
Yeah.
True.
So I'm gonna go. If we need sneakiness, I think we got a guy. Kind of
true.
tilt my head over towards Twint.
Yes.
And if that's the case, it's probably better if I stay here and help out. This is where I'm more better suited. Sneaking in a forest is not exactly my forte.
We would welcome the aid.
Yeah.
I suppose. Cudgel kind of growls to herself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, Cudgel. Our next stop after this is the camp.
Oh, I'm going there as soon as I'm back on my feet. I've got some business to settle.
Mm-hmm.
She like glances over to JF, who has systematically taken Grigonis to literal bits.
Jesus.
He at this point he pulls. I don't remember if I've narrated this. He has a pipe in his mouth at basically all times. He pulls the pipe out of his mouth, dumps the ashes on it, and starts on the chunked corpse and starts lighting a new one.
Jesus.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys should probably start heading out. I'll probably stick around here, help people out. Yeah, let's probably get a move on, get things rolling. Let's get people some help.
All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna make off towards the woods.
I will follow.
I'm staying behind.
Then.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, Derek kind of narrates to you as you go. I'm familiar with the area around. I can kind of show you, I guess, some of the spots. I can make sure we don't get lost. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not quite myself yet, but I can do it.
Okay, it's all good. Take your time, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast guidance on him just to see if I can help him get his head on straight.
Okay.
This is a bit of a strange question. Does it look like he's taken his weapon out at all? Like, didn't he have like a sword?
He had a sword. Now he just kind of has a sheath on his hip.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, okay, good. That's in the good department.
Okay.
An empty sheath.
Well, no, because if he had his weapon and it looked like it had been used and he was stabbing people with it.
Mm.
Well, I mean,
That
he
was-
would have been earlier because fighting back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, going into the woods, we have Leica, Ajan, not Dwarvos. We have Twint, Darret, and Iriata. Yeah?
Yes.
I believe so.
We are on a strictly recon mission and nothing else.
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, flying through the sky.
We are
Something
not
like that.
to
But
engage
without the sky
enemy.
or the rocket ship.
There's the sky or the rocket ship, and a high chance of running into cultists.
Oh.
Something like that, yeah.
Do not engage the enemy.
I never said engage the cultists, I said running into them.
Fuck.
Bodily and physically. But anyway.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm not engaging them, they just ran into my sword. That's so weird.
Oh.
How'd you get
So
stabbed?
strange.
It's so
Shucks.
strange how you got cut.
It's like punching someone in a dark room. I didn't punch him, he ran into my fist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gee.
It's a legal loophole. But anyway.
Yep.
I need at least one of you to make a survival roll, if not all of you.
Alrighty then.
Who does it best?
Tell you what,
Oh,
all of you roll survival and we'll use the best score.
okay. I'm gonna hit myself with guidance just because.
19.
Not...
Can you have guidance on multiple people?
Hmm.
No, you can only use it for one person at a time.
Okay.
Also, he is a
There,
big
there,
fan of
there was kind of a moment where you had guidance on him and Darret straightened up and looked a little bit more confident.
And then you stop that.
And then you
I
stopped that.
stopped it. Yeah. I also got a 19.
Okay.
11. God fucking damn it.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Wait, where's everyone rolling?
The dice channel for this.
Oh.
The roll the bones.
Yes.
Well, this is
Oh,
I've been
duh.
rolling in the dice
I
channel.
see.
Okay, I'll roll this.
Hmm.
Good.
Wow. Amazing.
I know, right?
Jesus.
Maybe I should have kept guidance on him.
I wonder.
Plus 3. Alright, cool. So yeah, maybe Darret did in fact need some guidance. That might have helped.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
He's
like
not
to think.
lost, but he's very much following you rather than playing the guide.
I'd like to think it's very much because you gave him guidance and then took it away. He felt really confident and then immediately
Shook him up.
unconfident himself.
He,
Yeah.
he had a moment. He had like 5 seconds to himself before the imposter syndrome came back.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry,
At that point,
bro.
At that point, he was just walking. He did not know where.
Hmm.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So he's mostly as opposed to telling you where to maybe go or showing you landmarks, he's mostly following you, making sure you don't step on anything, and subsequently breaking like a bunch of branches as he goes. He's just like he'll like hold up a branch as you walk by under him, and then he'll go to follow you, let it go a little bit too soon, and kind of whack himself on the back with it.
Oh.
Shit.
Like he's just kind of a little bit not having a good time in the woods.
Yep. Yep, that tracks.
Yeah.
But none of you get lost is the good thing.
That's preferred.
Iriata, for her part, is completely silent, has not said a thing, and seems to be sticking very close to Leica. Like, uncomfortably close to Leica.
Okay.
It's like give her like a small pat on the shoulder.
Yep.
As you pat, you feel her shivering.
We're gonna get back to that later. The emotional trauma hasn't set in too hard yet. It's fine. It'll be fine. She'll be fine
Yeah.
later.
All right.
She did just fully gore a man, didn't she? Off a horse.
Well, yes.
Among other things. But
Emotional damage.
Very.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to her and just be like, hey, I know things are going crazy right now. I need you to get your head in the game, all right? When a sailor's at sea, they focus on the ocean. Okay?
Yes.
Alright, and walk.
Yeah. Just keep
In the
just
words of
keep going.
Tolkien, we're walking.
She does not, in fact, respond. She just kind of, like, nods very slightly and continues.
Okay.
In the words of Tolkien, walk, walk,
Walk.
walk.
Walk, 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 walk. In my head, that always turns into the Shots song. Walk, 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 walk. Everybody!
I'm doing the Tom Cardy song.
I know. I just can't keep the two separate. Anyway, so you're walking through the woods, and I need everybody to roll stealth, if you would kindly.
Yes, time to shine.
And this
Oh,
is the
but-
part of the story why I didn't come.
Quite possibly.
And this is why Dwarvos isn't here. Chunk, 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 chunk. We're gonna roll really shitty on stealth.
Clank, scream,
No,
clank.
like 7. Oh wait, I still have guidance.
Oh, good.
That's a
You're
9.
in the table, my friend.
10.
Oops,
How?
well, I'm doing it there anyway. Okay, 10.
Okay.
10.
No.
Dwarvos, could you do me a favor? Could you roll with disadvantage just to see what you'd get? I want to see you pull that 17.
Oh God. I can do
I
that
want to
real.
see you roll with disadvantage and still do better than everyone else.
Yes, correct. That's what's going to happen. It's the rule of funny.
How do you type out rolling disadvantage again?
KL. KL1.
Your dice become 2d20 KL1. For keep lowest one.
Ah, okay. 2d20. Let's see now. Hold on, real quick. I think I have a minus to stealth.
Quite possibly.
No, it's just 0.
It's just disadvantage because
It's
heavy
just-
armor.
Yeah.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
KL1.
KL1.
And then your modifier.
Nat 1. All right.
Hey, he did roll a 17.
I did roll
You
a
did roll-
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have just taken the armor off and been fine.
Probably.
But
I feel uncomfy without armor on. Also,
it's not very dwarfly of
severely
you.
tanks.
Very stabbable.
Yeah.
I
Feels
just
very,
like
very
the
fun.
implication. I like the implication that plate armor is like your daily wear, and then you would go to bed, and instead of sleeping in pajamas, you just sleep in leather armor.
Oh my gosh. I don't have plate armor though. It's
It's just-
chainmail.
That's fair. That's just the image that it conjured in my head.
Fair.
I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go slip into something more comfortable. It lowers his AC by 2.
Yeah.
Still a brick wall.
Yup. Still completely indestructible. He's
Yes.
wearing leather now.
Yeah.
Anyway, would you like to know the good news?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. What's everybody's passive perception
I think
or
mine
active
is
perception? Should you choose?
My passive is a 14.
Mine's
Okay.
a 15.
mine's
Okay.
13. I'm willing to roll for it.
If you'd like to.
I'm gonna keep it passive. Because I still don't quite exactly know what location we're looking for.
20. Let's go.
Heck yeah. So
Yeah.
everybody in the party, congratulations, you are unseen and you see the other people first.
Thank fuck.
Look at
So-
how skilled I am. Look
Even
at my
Derek?
stealth.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, mostly because they're not rolling because they're not really paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of on you to keep them safe in this situation.
Just to be safe,
You
I'm
have
gonna
you
cast-
have just brought two mentally unstable teenagers straight from battle into a stealth operation.
Correct, and that's it. It's our right to do that as not really adults.
No.
Excuse me?
There is a
Not really.
single adult in this party, and he is not here right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh
We're
my
not adults.
You
fucking
left your
God.
children unsupervised. That's on you.
There is no one over the age of 22 here. This is on you, Dwarvos. You let a bunch of children wander out into the woods to find a cult.
I'm putting.
Oh my fucking God! Why did the adults stand behind?
Well-
Fuck.
On that note, you want to know the funny thing?
Yeah.
It's not a cult.
Oh.
Who are
What
these
you
men?
hear at first is footsteps. Well-timed, well-measured marching footsteps.
An army.
And as you manage to stop just short in some bushes before a short clearing on top of a kind of hill before a valley, 5 figures, 2 human-sized, 3 very large hooded figures, march by in unison holding polearms. Very obviously in a patrol formation as they sweep the hillside. The humans are at either end, and then it's like a flying V into one of the taller figures as they march by. The humans don't have hoods on. They are just regular looking humans with fairly big polearms and very heavy armor. The armor is all painted red.
And the hooded figures, are they about the same height as those dragon guys we fought?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do we
Same
rec-
size, same shape, same hoods.
The ones that
Okay.
put me in petrification for 5 minutes? Yeah.
Correct.
It was only 1 minute.
Okay.
The one that told you to take a time out after he died.
Yep.
Horribly.
Sure.
Yep.
Is Y around?
Not at the moment.
God damn.
Okay, I was gonna ask if she could take a closer look, but all right.
Hmm.
Well, you don't know if they are magical beings or not, or whether or not they can see it.
Okay.
And as far as he
Um,
knows, she spied on the other ones just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did this last time, so
Fair enough.
okay.
Mhm.
What are they do? Are they just marching? Are they doing anything in particular?
They just march by. You hear the hooded figures sniffing audibly, but they don't notice you, and they continue on past.
All right.
Are they walking away from where we were, or are they walking towards?
They kind of sweep past you laterally along the edge of the tree line.
Hmm.
Okay, so they're not walking towards the village, right?
No, not at the moment.
I'm gonna look at. Should we move in? Let them pass? What are you guys thinking?
Let him pass.
Okay.
The plan was not to engage.
Your main tank isn't there.
Yes.
Derek goes for his sword, realizes it's not there, and goes, "Maybe we stay."
Yeah. I'm gonna hand him my quarterstaff, just in case.
He like holds it by one end like a sword.
Okay, no. Never mind. Just try not to hit yourself.
What a guy.
He knows one thing, and it is a great sword. He knows nothing else.
Wonderful.
Actually, longsword. He has a long sword. had.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I say we wait for them to move past, and then we keep looking around because they don't seem to be involved in this, and I'd rather not get them involved.
True.
it's at this point that you hear crunching and crashing, like something is basically avalanching through the woods off to your right. Before you have time to react to it, a handful of the mercenaries that you just got done killing kind of come scrambling out of the brush and run directly into the patrol. They're unarmed, fairly badly beaten, and it only takes a couple of seconds for the patrol to basically strip them of armor, knock them to their knees, cuff them, and then start dragging them over the hill with
Okay.
a bunch of shouting and screaming and carrying on.
Jesus.
Cool.
Sorry, what approached them?
You know those mercenaries you just got done killing?
The
Yeah.
ones that ran away.
Some of them are now here, having run away, and they have just been arrested by a patrol, and they're getting dragged into the valley.
I say we say we keep watching these little guys. These funky
They're
little
going to go
guys
up
are.
over the hill oversight in a couple of seconds.
I say we tail them.
I also say so.
All right.
I'm gonna try and kind of.
We're.
All right.
I say don't try to blend in. We are tailing them exclusively.
So Iriata and Derek stay behind at the tree line. Derek going, okay, well, he's like, okay, we'll make sure no one follows you. And then he just like turns and stares into the woods.
I'm gonna give him a knife. I'm gonna give him a dagger. It's like a
Does he
tiny
still-
sword.
Does he still have Ajan's quarterstaff?
No.
No.
What is he? Does he look more comfortable holding any of them?
When you handed him your quarterstaff, he held it like a sword, and that's like there was no visible change in confidence. Just I have something to hit someone with now.
Okay. I'll let him hold on to it.
Okay.
Okay. So.
All right.
This can only go badly.
Well, it can't only go badly, but what are the odds that it goes well?
You're
It
right.
can go very poorly. It has a very low chance of going well, I'd say.
So you begin to trail the group of guards. You make it just before the crest of the hill before you hear horns and shouts from down in the valley, like alarm horns. And even more shouting from the party as they drag these kicking and screaming mercenaries down the hill. Cresting the hill, if none of you want to do anything at this exact point.
I'm gonna. Other than grabbing my spear, no.
Alright. Cresting the hill, you see a war camp. It's just a war camp. It's arranged in a very Romanesque style with very distinct square blocks down in the valley. It's ringed by all of the trees that they cleared out to make the camp turned into a palisade wall with patrols like every 5-10 feet along the wall, or scouts every 5-10 feet, and then patrols going around the wall. Burning torches, bright campfires, a massive cooking area, and at first glance, somewhere between 100 and 150 total fighters training in like a field off to the side.
That is well.
That's not the total. That's just how many are over there.
That's how many are over there, yes.
Jesus.
So several hundred people in the camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
As you watch, the patrol drags the mercenaries down into the camp through a gate and starts taking them down like one of the main aisleways in camp, which you can see from the top of the hill. Because the valley is a little bit less than a mile and a half wide from where you're standing, and maybe a mile off to either side. or half a mile off to either side, making it a mile-ish square.
Well.
Judging by all of the freshly turned dirt and torn down stumps, they made this clearing themselves.
Well.
Are they flying any kind of regalia or flags? Or do they have any symbols like plastered outside the walls?
Good question.
On the walls, no. As you watch the patrol walking up the center of the camp, you notice that there are a bunch of pennants and some colors flying, but they're a little bit too far away to quite make out. However, at what appears to be the command tent, there is a large handmade log flagpole flying the same 5-color spiral that you pulled off the guy's armor.
Oh.
Also, everything in this camp is painted red. Like the tents, the wood, everything.
That would be...
The redcoats are coming. The redcoats are
Oh
coming.
my god.
You see, like, it just kind of takes out the piece of cloth again and says, that would definitely be related.
Do you do the, like, classic thing where you, like, hold it up in the air and just sort of go back and forth, just, like, turning your head, just comparing it?
No, I
seeing this right?
I can kind of tell it's the same thing. Yeah. She just
it's
kind
the
of
same
holds it
thing.
up and says, that would be related, and a camp that big would probably have enough money to pay for a mercenary group like that.
Yes, they would.
The patrol at this point has reached the command tent, and someone walks out, and they're probably close enough that you can make out that they're not actually wearing armor like everybody else, but you can't quite make out. Maybe they're wearing robes, they might be wearing wizard kind of regalia, or it might legitimately just be a servant, but they're very obviously not wearing armor. And they kind of glance back and forth, mime talking, looks like they're getting into kind of a heated debate, and then they point to one of the corners of the camp and the patrol starts dragging the people over there.
Alright.
Who feels brave?
Don't.
No.
Just saying.
I kind of look at him.
Closer look.
What do you mean by that?
Anybody want to get a closer look?
I wouldn't be entirely opposed, but if they catch us and they know someone's found them, that could be
It is
bad.
currently daylight.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people on the wall.
Mm-hmm. There's like a person every 10 feet and then patrols outside.
Yes.
And we're probably not going to get a better vantage point than up on the hill.
Currently.
If you would like to approach, you would probably be best doing so at night because there's no way to get close to this camp in daylight without being spotted.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it seem like they have any plans of moving? Or do they seem pretty set here?
They seem fairly well set up here. The people out in the field are actively drilling march and fighting, though.
Okay, so it's not like we're gonna lose an opportunity here. I say we wait for nightfall.
Alright.
Alright, yeah.
I
say we head back.
Yeah.
Ah.
We're only gonna expose ourselves if we go now.
Ha. That's a toss-up. We could very well stay here and watch, or we could go back and report. I say we split up. Someone watches the camp, finds out the rotations.
I'd be willing to stay behind if you guys wanted to head back.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just don't feel confident enough to stealthily move in there.
My character might. I don't know. But no, it's not much different from than sneaking into some place.
And Twin's looking at the going, I wanna.
I wanna, but safety first.
There are a lot of shiny objects down in camp.
Mm-hmm.
Those mercenaries came off awfully rich, or would have if they'd survived.
Yeah. So, one person stays here, 2 people go back. Right?
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do, I offered to stay.
Alright. Just try and figure out the guard rotation. And we're off.
All right,
And break.
Mm-hmm.
cool. So, Ajan, you are going back?
Yeah, I'm gonna head back.
Okay.
And I guess we'll rendezvous. Rendezvous. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble saying that.
Because it's French.
With
Yeah.
the other 2.
Yeah. Yes, that's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
I meet up back with Dwarvos, and I'm just like, we're all still good.
So when you make it back to Darrett and Iriata, Darrett's fallen asleep against a tree.
Okay.
Good.
He-
He needs to sleep.
He was healed. He's not in great shape mentally, so he just kind of checked out.
Mm.
Iriata's silently watching. She is
I,
actually on lookout.
I'm gonna draw a dick on his face. Because
What? Don't.
With what?
okay, he's a
My
charcoal
guy.
or something. I'm kidding.
He's the first person to fall asleep at the recon party.
Oh no.
He wakes up, she's like, "What's on my face?" Anyway, so you make it back to town without running into any patrols or any more fleeing mercenaries, and it seems like the operation from High Hill has mostly been moved back to town by this point.
Mm-hmm.
The town is very quiet.
So just double checking.
Mhm.
Was it Twint and I'm forgetting Swampy's character's name. Both
Leica.
stayed behind? Leica?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought Twin went. What?
No, Twint stayed with you.
Okay,
Oh.
I guess I did stay.
Oh,
I
did
thought-
you?
That's what I heard.
Alright,
Did you
I'm
want to come
staying.
back? Okay.
I have experience in, I guess, theft, so this sort of
Also-
applies.
Also, little fucker in a tree. Kind of
Yeah.
hard to spot.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Did you want to go back to town?
Not really.
Okay. So you have stayed.
Yes.
Dwarvos.
Yes.
In the hour and a half that it took them to do that, you've done the tallying with Raven. You figured out who's still up, who's still moving. You got everybody moved back. Of the 50 or so villagers that went to High Hill, 12 are dead.
Jesus.
And there were 27 dead mercenaries of a company, or rather of a regiment that should have been 48.
So of the mercenaries, are we talking the mutiny plus the not mutiny?
Now that they're dead, it's impossible to tell who was who.
Oh, okay. Well,
Interesting.
so half Jesus. Half the mercenaries that went out there are now dead. You said 27?
Yes, 27 of 48.
Jesus.
There
Christ.
are 6 mercenaries still around who claim not to have been involved. And they're kind of staying with Cudgel.
Cudgel will figure them out. Won't take long.
Probably.
Okay, so in the meantime, what the hell am I doing? While helping out people who are hurt,
Hmm.
counting up the bodies. Yeah. I don't really know what exactly I would be doing. Mostly just helping out here and there.
Potlid guy has been helping you to the best of his ability. He's very obviously no doctor, but he's kind of been following you, doing what you say, helping you out. When you were doing the tally, he was the guy with the actual clipboard and marker.
Okay, well that works. I had an assistant for this, which is helpful. Yeah, then we go talk to the rest of the peeps. Raven, I'm forgetting the other gal's name, who was really important that we talked to a couple times, who gave me a
Raven,
spin
Cudgel,
shield.
Becklin,
Becklin, or not Becklin?
Knight.
I think. Yeah.
Becklin is a knight.
Yes, she is. Yeah, and go report numbers and stuff.
All right. So she's kind of retreated unto herself at the back of the Brass Crab's common room, and she appears to have retrieved a whole bunch of just stuff from Thornwall Keep that she has buried herself in: parchments, books, scrolls. She it looks like she's turned the back corner where she and Cudgel were sitting the other night into like a college student's cram table.
Oh boy. I walk up to her. You okay? Mentally? Kinda?
This, she throws a scroll at you. Takaisis, why would of all the gods, why would it be Takaisis? Takaisis was god of greed, evil god, objectively evil god, called Mother of Monsters. Of course, that's counterpart to the neutral god, Father of Monsters. But
Hey, can we
why?
pause
Slow
real
down,
quick?
slow down.
Can we pause real
Stop.
quick? Sorry. My mother's asking for something. I'm sorry.
What do you need, Pennyleg?
No, IRL. He needs to pause IRL.
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 Okay,
My
sorry.
mother. Yeah, sorry, give
No,
me a
you're,
sec.
you're fine.
Go
You were
for
just
it,
like,
go for it.
come
Thank
on.
you.
I got a bit distracted. I apologize.
No, you're fine. It was just,
Oh,
he said,
no.
I gotta go real quick. And then you're just like, damn it! Why? Why the evil god? Why?
Oh.
That's why I figured out why I couldn't find why my character sheet didn't match up. I was looking at the wrong one.
Oh no.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I moved my character sheet and have been updating it in Penumbral Krynn in the Roll20.
On a unrelated note of updating things, I now have Windows 11.
Oh, that I hope you get better.
I
someday.
know.
Also, I have the thing. Yep, so this is
The
updated.
thing.
Yeah, I had a spell that was once a day that I get now.
What is the thing?
Charm Person, which might be shockingly useful here.
Maybe.
If we find anyone that's alone.
Maybe.
Quint, if we find someone, we stab him after I try and talk to him. Not before. It's much more difficult before.
I guess.
To be clear, you are planning on going into the camp, yes?
Eventually.
Okay.
Not immediately.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes,
sorry about
but
that.
you are. Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Family
I
shenanigans.
wanted to go back to fetch our armored friend.
Weirdos.
Okay, so what did I miss? Sorry.
You're fine. Becklin just like throws a scroll at you and starts ranting about Takaisis.
The Kaisis is.
The mad god that.
Evil god.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The bad god was someone different.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
They had a
totally
whole
called.
realm last time I heard.
Did he have an
totally-
obsession with the color red?
But he did have an obsession with cheese. Anyway, she's just like ranting to herself in the corner. Takaisis, she's a god of greed, power. Wait, why? Why Takaisis specifically? There's got to be something in here. She like throws a scroll idly away and it hits you in the face.
Okay, slow
I
down.
opened the scroll up. What's in it?
What about
It's a large diagram of the symbol that you saw on Gregonis's armor, and they have now
Oh.
seen on the pennant at camp. that's
Oh, I
like
can read that. Cool.
it's like broken down. It basically diagrammed broken down into this color on this arm means this, 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 and this, and every single color is like it means this, 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 and also dragons of this color because they are all associated with the mother of dragons, kind of thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And
So-
this color symbolizes that she is the mother of all white dragons and all green dragons, and.
So basically, those that lizard-like being that we fought before we got here was like some
Green, I think.
thing of this.
Nope. It wasn't green. It was copper.
Oh
Fair
God,
enough.
it's like a dragonling thing.
All right.
This would explain too. It doesn't explain. It's weird draconian things you fought. They're not the right colors. They have nothing to do with Takaisis. What is going on?
Okay. I'm just gonna like grab her by the shoulders. Can you take it from the top, please? Keep it salute.
If I knew where the top was, I could. Yes, but this doesn't. Why? It's been 349 years since the last time anyone even heard of a cult of Takaisis. The gods left. Why now? Why here?
Well, if it makes you feel better, I open my locket and it's the little figure of the ox, not ox, minotaur kind of looking god, right?
His name in Dwarven is Kiri Jolith.
Yuri Jolith. This guy was the one who talked to me specifically, and one of the warnings that we got is that they're back, unfortunately.
Great, and you can just talk to the gods who, again, have been gone for centuries.
I have no idea why, but
Rose skill issue, they just didn't answer your voicemail.
So you understand. I have studied this my entire life. I am one of the foremost experts on the Cataclysm and what followed. Even I haven't heard. There have been some crackpot prophets, like people who would claim they found a new god. No one, and I mean no one, has just met the old gods or even thought about them in hundreds of years in any meaningful capacity.
when we met the old gods a while back, they each leave us with a piece of something. Actually, no. He didn't enchant my pendant, did he? No.
They
Don't worry
took
about my rambling.
they took a piece of each of our stuff and then gave it back. They didn't enchant it.
Okay, that's right. They didn't do any weird shenanigans with it.
I think they inscribed a holy symbol onto twins, but ours already were holy symbols, so I think they just left them alone and handed them back.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for that, so
No.
You kind of
No, you met a toddler instead.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's my symbol.
God
Okay.
is a toddler to you.
Oh
Can
my
I do
God.
can I do a Y? Can I do a Y check? Is she here?
Not at the moment.
On porch.
At this
Okay.
point, I'm gonna straight up just try and call out to her. Like I'm gonna go outside and just be like, "Why?"
There is no
You
response.
understand?
Ugh, no. You need
No
to
toddler
check
for
on
you.
your toddler.
At this point, this is about 4 hours after the battle ended.
Guys,
It's getting towards sunset.
help! I lost my child. She's ethereal and not technically existent on this plane, and can teleport and can turn
And
into
most of
me.
you can't see her.
And most of you can't see her.
In total, in this village, there's probably the total people who can see here. You can probably count on 2 hands,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe,
Okay.
You may have already met them all.
probably.
Probably.
To be fair, she's a spren, which means that her visibility is mostly her own choice.
That too.
So
I
gonna-
hear choir music. Oh.
They're recording. That's what Mom was asking me about.
Oh.
As long as it doesn't make too much noise.
I suppose.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna like go up to them and just be like, look, fact is that You can be asking why now, why now, why now.
Mm.
It's a bit of a moot point because they're back. Like it or not, clearly they're back.
Yeah.
So,
Also, I just have to point out you never told her about the war camp, man.
oh, good point. Oh, by the way, there's a massive war camp that we just got back from.
There's a what?
Yep,
You
out in the
tell.
woods.
I
You
was also
didn't
gonna ask.
lead with that.
I also was gonna ask, where the fuck are the other two?
Oh, they're still there. They're just keeping an eye out. I came to get you.
Gosh, don't
And
ever
everybody else.
split up. That's never a
Echo-
good idea.
The war.
No,
Well, it's
I'm
getting
okay.
towards dark, so they're probably going to be in there by now.
Yeah, it's okay. They're just teenagers.
One of us is a
Also,
little
I just realized
child.
I'm like this. I'm like the second oldest here, so I left all the younger ones.
Unattended, yes.
Continue
Yeah.
to pass the fork down. I'll leave Twint alone. It'll be great.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No. Iriada's still there keeping watch to make sure that you come back. She's, I think, older. No, she's the same age as Leica, I think.
Oh my god.
Boy.
I'm like 30. I'm a full a baby for an elf, but
Yes,
Yeah.
you are a fucking child for an elf.
In elven terms, you're still a teenager.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
not even a teenager. I'm a toddler.
Man, I am a fish.
You sure are a fish.
And this is
Yeah,
why
we
the
left-
150-year-old dwarf doesn't leave the teenagers alone.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm just
the
gonna
fish-
Either way,
what
we
is
left
it?
our fishy friend. We left our fishy friend, our halfling friend, and our two schizo friends out there. So why don't we?
Does it-
Derek came back, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh, Derek, get back. Okay.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I came to get you because whatever that is going on, we're gonna need some help. Now you can keep sitting here. I'm not talking to
Have you
Doris.
told Raven
No, that's why I'm here.
or Cudgel?
Where are they? They're probably back at the camp.
No, they're over there. They're also in the
Okay, well,
brass
I-
grab common room.
I didn't know that.
Young gathered troops. Guys, army base in the woods. Left children unattended. We gotta go.
Yes.
How many soldiers? How big is the camp?
about
Lots.
700.
I'm
Excuse
gonna
me?
say.
No.
I'll say this. Counting would. If I had to count, I'd still be out there. Now let's go. Come on.
And do what?
There's-
What?
Indeed.
Would you-
There, I'm sorry. Raven walks up. There's an army in the woods.
Yeah.
Flying
Apparently.
what colors?
Red.
Yeah.
Lots
Red,
and lots.
red. That's
Yep.
it. Just red.
We couldn't get close enough because massive base.
Were they flying this symbol, the symbol that what's his face was wearing with the swirlies? Were they flying this too with a lot of red? What?
Is it the same symbol?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's all
no,
the same symbol, buddy.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Same
Yes.
5-arm spiral.
Yes.
Okay,
We have
so
only
it
found
is.
one symbol so far.
Yeah, exactly.
now
5-arm
Yes.
spiral and a fuck ton of red. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So here's my suggestion. Look, I'm mostly used to fighting on boats, but I know an armada when I see one. So my suggestion: gather up whoever you got, have them wait on the outskirts of the woods, form a garrison. All right. We're gonna go in there. I'm gonna bring it. I need to get my own little group back. Kind of tap the dwarvos on the armor, and our clunky dwarf friend here. We are going to move in closer. You should probably maybe stay back as well. Fact of the matter is,
Hold on. No. We're fishers. We don't have a militia. I can write a letter. We can declare neutrality. It's an army. They won't care about us.
are you confident that'll hold?
Absolutely not. What else am I supposed to do?
If you're not confident, don't do it.
The other
Here's
part
the-
is there's probably less than 20 people in this entire fucking
Okay.
town
What?
who are trained to fight. Besides the mercenaries, of course. But
Yeah.
they're already shaken, and it's a really bad time. We already know that's not going to go well. I'm talking who really know how to fight.
Yeah.
Less than 20, maybe
So-
even less than 10.
Great question.
Against an army of how many hundreds? 5?
Lots.
6? 7?
Potentially.
Fuck.
Potentially. All right. Fine. Then let me ask you this: what is the largest governing body that has a standing army?
Around here?
Kalaman.
How?
How far-
Upriver, Kalaman.
Okay.
How far
Would it
away is
be
that?
in-
A day and a half by boat.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my suggestion is any representatives you have, send them with this info. You're going to need some backup because if these guys are as close or on your doorstep, you do not want them to come knocking. All right?
No,
That's
no,
true.
we don't.
So
Okay,
maybe
I can get an envoy together and send them up.
do you have envoys?
I have people.
Okay.
I can send them with a letter.
That's true. That's the best
That's
you
an
can do.
That is the definition of an envoy.
Mhm.
Yeah. If you need me
Where-
to, I can go back and grab my friends because it seems like nothing we do can help. We're what? 5 people, 6 people, plus your 20 fighters, and I do fighters in air quotes.
Yeah, the
Nothing
mercenary.
we do is going to help.
No. Against that many? No, that's a great way to get overrun.
I'm going to go back and grab them. We need to clear them out. What we need to do is go find somebody who can actually do something about it.
Yeah.
You mind if-
Let's go get Twint and the other ones.
What are you guys doing while we're having this
So, yeah,
conversation?
We are going to cut back to the camp at this point. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I have generally like 2 questions, or
Okay.
1 comment and 1 question. First, about how long like them get Ajan going all the way back, and then having this whole conversation and like everything, and then them all heading back to us. About how
Mhm.
long after sunset does that leave us? Like when we're alone, just me and Twint out here.
If
Here we
they
are.
start walking now, they will get back about an hour and a half after sunset.
Okay. Second, the comment. So as far as we know, me and Twint at this moment, we are fighting some fish people.
Fighting?
Because we never established that these people were dragons. Or that
Yes.
this was a dragon army.
You're fighting reptiles.
We are
of
fighting
some
reptiles
description.
or fish.
Taxonomically, everything is a fish. So yes, you're fighting fish.
I'm fighting fish. They really like the color red.
Are
Yep.
we fighting? Are we
No.
in combat?
I'm not saying fighting. I'm saying we're up against, basically.
Okay.
There you go.
The group.
Y'all are hiding in like in a tree or some shit, or I
My
don't know.
question was like we got so I kind of just actually Pancake, I'll give it back to you.
No, you can go in if you want.
In the time we had, would it be alright if I had tried to kind of like overlook the camp? See if I try and
Yeah.
identify what some of the buildings were? Since I have some history knowledge of like identifying buildings, purposes, all that.
Well, there aren't any buildings, but there are a lot of tents.
Tents. Like when people are going into tents or what kind of people are going in to try and identify what some of them might be used for.
Alright, so roll me investigation.
On a separate note, can I roll for investigation on studying the guard rotations and like pathing and stuff, or like
Sure.
when a good idea would be to go in?
That is an 18.
13. Fuck me.
Oh, it's
Does it have
weird.
guidance?
No. Twint did not have guidance.
No.
Alright, so Swampy first. There are 3 big buildings, and then off to the side of the camp there are a bunch of little buildings. One of the big buildings, nobody really goes in. Like every so often someone will run in and then run back out. The other big building, people are going into like clockwork. Like every 5 minutes a new group comes in and another group goes out. And the other big building is full of fire and has lots of loud noises in it. Now, the small buildings off to the side appear to be some kind of shrine where people irregularly go on their own for 5 to 20 minutes to converse with whatever deity they have. And then they leave, and it appears to be a very popular place to go and camp because there is a very long line towards each of those very small buildings.
So there are a
Yay.
few small tents.
They're not tents. They're the only proper buildings, and they're built in a perfect line over a small trench.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 to 20 minutes. And then there was a group of big tent on fire.
Big tent with fire.
With fire, not on fire, but with fire in it. And how are people going in and out of that one?
Lots of people with big armfuls of stuff. Shiny stuff. In and out, all day.
Yeah, I wonder what the lizards want with that one. I'm just posting this because I'm like keeping my notes open. But yeah. So then on to Twint.
Alright. So, scoping out a camp turns out is way easier than scoping out a house because the people in the camp have a regular schedule.
Yes.
So, with roughly 2.5 hours to watch, you have time to memorize almost all of the patrols you see. They switch patrols every 20 minutes or so, and they have one group that's just like kind of wandering around as some sort of zigzag type wild card. They'll just occasionally walk past or interrupt another group and then keep going with no clear set pattern.
All right.
At one point, during the time when you're all watching, someone comes out of the largest tent, runs over to the stockade, grabs a horse, and goes riding hell for leather somewhere west.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Well, the one guy did say that there's something going on out west. Anyways.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than the one guy in the patrols, there doesn't seem to be anyone really entering or leaving the camp.
Hum. What to do next? Do we...
I'm just gonna kind of tell him about the camps, the various camps. So one big one, where people are coming in, several small temples all in a line, one with fire, with people running in with armfuls of stuff, and one where groups are heading in, a few at a time, in and out every once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, if y'all have a way to scribble notes, just make a damn map of the thing.
Do we have that?
We should have an archaeologist.
Yeah, I have like wax tablets. I've been scribbling all of this in.
Nice.
Yes.
I feel like at this point I'd have showed up and be like, guys, we should probably clear out.
So I was gonna ask him like around sunset, Twint, because I think we said hour and a half after sunset they arrive. Do you want to wait for them to make some kind of move, or are you antsy to get in there?
I think I will observe for a while longer.
Fine waiting too.
Make sure I get this rotation right. Kind of like anticipating like when it would be a good idea to go in versus sneaking in between patrols.
All right. So yeah, we are not going to approach by the time they get here. Then.
No.
Okay. In that case, the other group can arrive while you're observing.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, Ocean, that's you.
Yes.
All right. As in, we showed up there, or
Yes.
Yeah.
We will
haven't
still be
done it.
observing by the time you arrive.
Yeah. I think it's abundantly clear to you guys that there's nothing we can do here.
no?
What we need to do is we need to go to a place that actually has an army to back up this small defenseless fishing camp.
Mm.
So
Those
Or
fish
to
people-
take care of this army that could absolutely become a problem later.
Well, something's definitely going on with those fish people.
So, Dwarvos,
fish people, those
Yes,
you are a mercenary by trade.
this is correct.
You've spent a lot of time in mercenary camps.
Mm-hmm.
So, quick head count based on the size of the camp, the tents, and the number of people they have patrolling and practicing at any one time. There are at least 750 people in this camp.
Holy fuck.
Mm.
Okay.
I think you're smart. You've tried to teach me how to read a couple times. Would you say we're fucked if we go in there?
Yes. With us and what army? We have no army.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
myself
Why don't
can't
we go
deal.
get one?
If even if there was just like 50 of them, right? 10 to 1 to us, we're still fucked.
Yeah.
That's 750.
We could
There's- No.
sow chaos.
How? What's your idea?
Walk me through this, Twint.
So I still have on me the padded arrows. I never gave them back.
Padded arrow?
The what? Padded arrows?
The arrows used for the festival.
Yes, you still have those.
I also have these 2 oil flasks I picked up in our first fight before coming into town.
Um,
I just need a light.
my,
Oh, that could be arranged.
here's my. Okay. Slow down, guys.
There is a downside
Let's
though.
think this through. Let's think this through. They get provoked. Who is the first person they're gonna go after? Or
The
first
village.
they're gonna go after the village. Okay. We can't let if they get provoked. We're gonna be literally drawing them all towards civilians.
It's like we'll be kicking the hornet's nest, then everyone's fucked.
We need
Let
someone.
sleeping dogs lie at least until we have our own dog. We need to head to what's the name of the town or the city that has an army?
Calaman.
Cal.
It's actually
We need to,
it's actually the capital of Salamnia, the country you're in.
Oh.
we need to go to Calamane. Okay. These people cannot be sitting next to a massive army like this without some sort of backup. And from what I can tell, that's all we got. So why don't we coast out of here?
Yeah, it's probably a better idea. Unless you have a way, because if you, let's say, light an arrow, right, they're going to see that fire immediately. It is dark out. The only other fires are inside camp. Some fire starts outside of camp, they're going to see it immediately, okay?
Mm.
So they're going to see exactly which direction. If they just so happen to follow that direction, guess which direction that's coming from?
True.
The village.
We could rotate around the
Okay.
camp.
Wait.
To
What do
make
you
it
hope to gain
seem
from
as if it
this?
is coming from the other direction. Now, we would only need one person. And someone who is stealthy, and I am describing myself. Fuck.
Yes, you are.
Twin. Here's the thing, though. We don't want them to go on to high alert. Yeah, it might sow chaos, but unless you have something at the ready to take advantage of that chaos, I don't think it's worth it, man.
True.
I've seen enough ships fire on enemy ships, and all that does is get their attention.
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
So
So here's what I think. If
if
you
we were-
really do want to go in there, I want to see what's going on with that massive place full of gold. What are they Where are they taking it? What is it for?
what happens to flasks when they're set by an open fire for too long?
Well, they explode. Of
They-
course.
How
They
long
pop.
does that take?
A bit. Couple minutes.
It needs to actually heat and boil. So
Okay. If we were
So
to place
are you
one,
thinking of hitting their storage?
just an explosion within camp, unspecified, no direction.
I suspect that it was from someone from the town.
There's a lot of shiny stuff in that camp.
Yes.
There's a lot of shiny stuff. They haven't
Who's
noticed
in
you
there?
yet out here.
Yeah. It's also
Yep.
dark.
It is
It is
dark.
now dark.
If you're going in there, just don't try to cause anything. It's better if you can slip in and out unnoticed. That's our
True.
best scenario.
Mm-hmm.
It could
So-
also be by the edge of the camp. Of course, they have
Oh,
the
I mean-
walls, don't they?
Yes, they do. Thick
Uh,
log walls. Not easy to get through. You kind of have to just go through the gates.
I'd like to try something. It shouldn't be too exposing, I don't
Mhm.
think.
Explain it first.
Of course I'm gonna explain it. I'd need to go down there for that, and I wouldn't do that without...
Okay, what is your
Telling-
idea?
He like looks at you like kind of confused and almost a bit offended, like, what?
mm.
Yeah, I'm not putting up with shit right now.
I was
sorry.
gonna yell bonsai and head down there, that was the plan. No, I think I've gotten a bit better at what I used to do, and I think I might be able to try it here. Sirens can sing and ensnare people. I could try that. Try and get one of them, one of the guards, or someone that we can find alone to talk to me about the camp.
Okay.
So
You need to get someone. You need to get someone who's really isolated. And the question is that will they be suspicious once your charm wears off?
They will, but
at
I
that
figured
point,
I just don't want to endanger the town.
about how far away is this camp from town?
A good 3 miles.
Not
Is there
far at
any-
all.
Yeah. My question is that if they find that something was done, who else could it be? I know we're not from the town, but they'll pin it on the town, and that's what I'm worried about.
It would
If
create like a
Then
wild witch
we
hunt.
just don't let them go after.
if we make it seem like a small error within their
Our ranks, but we have to be
storage,
very.
maybe, I don't know, an oil flask fell out of a box or something. Maybe, just maybe, they'll blame it on themselves. And in that chaos, you can ensnare one person to steal, and then you book it out with said captured person. We can interrogate them. And
It'd certainly have to be a human because all the big fellows over here wouldn't be fun.
yes, someone we can talk to. Talk, air quotes.
Question for Twint. She's just gonna kind of like as they're discussing this. The guards, are they traveling in groups of 1, 2, 3? And the group that's and the guy or group that's zigzagging, is that 1, 2, or 3 people as well?
Ah.
All patrols are 5 people. The zigzagging patrol is 7.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a good number of people.
Yeah.
Also, all of the patrols have at least 1 torch, so you can
At
see
least
where
one
they are.
what?
Torch,
Okay.
so you can tell where they are.
Could pull a cheeky thaumaturgy, snuff it, and they won't be able to see where they are.
True.
That might work if we snuff out the light and then I start thinking. Might be able to get one of them off.
The problem is, how good are they at hearing? Because what if
Is all of the patrols human?
It seems like a mix, not like every patrol has 3 three big reptiles and 2 humans, but every patrol has at least one of each.
Can we like scan to see if there's anyone who seems particularly isolated, like any patrolman who's like particularly like separated from a group? One that we could, grab and go.
One with a limp.
Oh.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You can roll me investigation, I think,
Who?
for that.
Okay. Everybody?
Probably me.
Alright. In that case, I'll hit you with a guidance. So add a d4 to that.
Nice.
Plus 1d4. 19.
All right. I'm going to roll the very heavy die.
Oh boy.
What's the best cantrip and why is it guidance?
It's guidance.
Buddy, you really like that cantrip now, don't you?
Did do.
He's
It's
played Baldur's
useful!
Gate 3.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Is
He
that why?
refused to drop Shadowheart just so he could get the D4 on every check.
Yeah.
In reality, I have to be like literally touching you while you do it. So,
Mm.
Yeah.
like,
Me giving you a hug as you interrogate the man.
Yeah, no, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. I think at this junction, there is no one who immediately matches that description.
Hmm.
The heavy dice has spoken.
Damn.
Oh boy.
All right, guys, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I have an idea.
Okay.
Bear with me on this. I'll find the most isolated guard I can. Pull a bit of a merry prank on him. Get him to lead chase, just a little bit to separate him, and that's when we get our chance.
Hmm.
Personally, I prefer to let sleeping dogs lie, but you guys seem to be hell bent on gaining more info from somebody. So if that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing.
Jeez. Okay.
Will they realize they're missing one person right away?
Well, what might be best is we don't plan on fully kidnapping somebody. We just need to temporarily charm them, get the info we need, and go.
I thought the idea was to
Right?
fully kidnap them, take them back to the town.
No,
That's
we cannot bring anybody back to the town.
Uh,
Whatever we do, we can't lead them to the town. We need to make it clear that whoever we are not affiliated with them.
mm,
yeah.
So that's why here's what I'm thinking. Or Twin, you could do this. You could cause a little scene out in the forest to see if you can lure away one or two of them. We get what we need, and we go.
true.
So we can't bring anything back.
No, we can't. That'd be really, really bad.
Or if we do take something, we need to do it in a way that they don't notice. So either you Twin, the master thief you are, go in and steal something without being seen, or we do it in such a way that doesn't jeopardize the town.
Not sure
Idea.
if that's okay.
Is there... How are their stationary lights set up?
There are lights around the walls every 60 feet or so, and there are big campfires inside the camp.
The lights on the walls. Are there any lights
Mhm.
outside the walls?
Just the torches people are carrying.
Are the lights... Alright. Alright, I have an idea.
What's your idea?
on one part of the camp, we, with something small, try to get one of the we try to get one of the patrols to drop their torch in an area that has a lot of like foliage that'll catch fire. It could be a rock.
A fire would create a disturbance, but it needs to look accidental.
Yes.
How would you force someone to drop a torch? Scare them?
No.
Wait. Okay. Leica. Can you
Mhm.
charm someone and make them think they just had like an intrusive thought? Drop the torch. Drop the
No,
torch.
no. A bug bite on their hand that's carrying the torch.
How? What? How would you pull that off?
One more time, please. Why are you here?
Oh gosh, if Y was here.
A bug bite on their hand. If you can make them
Y
think.
is not
No,
currently here,
send-
unfortunately.
God.
Fuck! I can't. Like, what's the most annoying thing out there?
True.
You're gonna have to unfortunately make do without your astral toddler for a little bit. It seems
Yeah. I was like, the one time I think I could get some use out of her.
If you
either
can,
that or she's just gone. You don't know yet.
Yeah.
if you can make them think they got a bug bite on their wrist or something, they would drop the torch in a heavily, like, grassy, like, leaf covered ground. It could work. Create a disturbance. On the other side, they would get the disturbance. Maybe, like, it would be tough.
Yeah.
Iriata taps Leica on the shoulder at this point.
Gonna look over at her.
There's been too much fighting today. We should just go home.
Yeah, guys, none of this might be worth it.
The problem is, yes, it'll create a little distraction. But A, catching entire logs on fire just from a little bit of brush. Yikes. Right. They've cleared this area out. There's no like heavily brushed areas, especially near the walls. It's just maybe dry grass, which grass to light up heavy walls, especially if they're freshish, even in the last 48 hours, couple days, whatever, that's not gonna light.
It needs an accelerant.
Oh, Twint.
Twin just wants to see something burn.
Quite
Yes.
possibly.
My man just wants to set something on fire.
I think we head back, report everything,
Go get an army.
get our
that can
bearings.
handle this.
Yeah.
Come back with more people tomorrow night. We have everything nailed down.
We'll see. We'll see. But that's definitely a possibility. But I think we should probably head
We
back.
already have a ton of value just from having Leica draw a map. The fact
It's
that
true.
we know they're here is enough info. Like, we should not bite off more than we can chew here.
Not tonight.
No. Tomorrow night.
Get a few more people. Do you think we could abduct an entire patrol?
No.
No.
The reptile guy is like 9-10 feet tall. A single one of them.
And once again, it'll lead them back to the town.
True. And if they die, they go into dust, which still confuses me to just no.
We are playing with fire here, guys.
True.
Is that a pun?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen ships get sunk because they thought that they had a chance. So I'd rather not see that town sink because of us.
It's a very defeatist attitude.
It's called picking your battles.
Do we have beekeepers in town?
No, buddy, we're not planning a bug invasion of this place. Anyway,
But
uh,
you guys are so trigger happy. My God.
I
Does
literally
anyone have
suggested one.
thaumaturgy?
Does anyone have thaumaturgy? I could have taken thaumaturgy, I think.
I could have too, but I didn't. I should have.
I could have picked guidance instead.
Fuck you, I did as well.
I just because I'd still like to try it. I mean, people hear things all the time. Some whispers in the woods. If it doesn't work,
Are you able to whisper to only one person?
well, I figured I'd.
Hmm.
I figured I'd just sit in a tree and sing, basically. And if anyone came over, I'd attempt it on them. And if not, I just stay up in the tree, stay quiet, and eventually they'll think it was just their imagination.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
Yikes.
Yeah. Let's head home for now. Let's not home. Back to town.
Back to town.
Back to town.
Yes.
It's been a long ass day. I don't have any spell slots. Bunch of us don't have spell slots anymore.
Is anyone raising an active opposition to me doing that?
To what?
To trying
Me.
to just sing in a tree?
I think what Dwarvos is doing counts as active opposition, yes.
Yes.
And I'm saying not tonight, but tomorrow. Tomorrow night.
In the
Get our
light, it'll
strength
be
back,
harder
get our
to
health
hide.
back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty confident in my ability to get away, and I can go in the opposite direction of the town.
Not tonight.
And then if you get captured, you're on your own.
Yes.
Good luck becoming sushi.
Are there any bodies of water nearby?
No.
No, you're in the middle of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
If the water is nearby, you can just jump in the water and skedaddle off.
I meant like a lake, not like the ocean.
No,
But
you're.
I know. You're saying
as far
no.
as you know, you're in the middle of the woods.
I know.
Okay, well.
All right. She seems kind of disappointed, but
Yeah. In due time. In due time.
Yes.
She'll get over it,
yeah.
probably.
All right. I say we got to move on. And
Let's head back to town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. I
there's so much planning. So much.
so
planning.
much, just so much planning, and I'm
Like,
happy
maybe we
because
could-
it means you're playing D&D and you're taking it seriously. But so much planning.
Yes.
Well, that's always how it goes. It's like all that planning, and it's like, you know what? Maybe all of this is not gonna work.
Well,
Well,
if that's what it took for you to decide it was a bad idea without the DM having to go, that's a bad idea, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You didn't have to say it. Let's just go open the door now. After 2 hours of whether or not it's a mimic.
Oh, boy.
You have arrived at the conclusion that approaching an enemy encampment with minimal resources is a bad idea, and I approve.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
A+ decision making, deciding not to die.
Jesus. Can we take a quick 15
Yeah.
or so?
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna call
water and
15,
snack?
20 minutes here. Might
15,
might
20,
wrap
too.
the session here actually, but
Okay, just a quick little sesh. I'm done with whatever.
we
I've
can
got
keep going if you
details.
want. But it is, if we take 20 minutes, it's going to be 9 o'clock on my end. So I don't know how long you guys want to keep going.
I'm cool. Keep going, but
I
Okay.
would prefer to keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
People
It's
have-
fine.
All right. So yeah, 15, 20 minute break and reconvene after.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yup.
Which is a very Italian trait.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
There was a famous thing where, for a while, a lot of people accused like Tolkien dwarves of being like caricatures of Jews from The Hobbit.
What?
Like, yeah, because he
What?
described them as big nose, food loving, greedy people. And they're like,
I feel
all
like
right,
the people
slow-
who I feel like the people who were calling him out for that, maybe a little bit projecting.
Yes, that's mostly what it was. There's a lot of people that accuse Tolkien of just being racist because he basically created the idea of like fictional races, like you know what I mean?
Kind of,
So
sort of.
he's the one who popularized it. I mean, it always existed in folklore, but point is just that like
Less fairy tale and more
he's
mainstream. Yeah.
yeah. But the point is that it's always that thing where it's like people accuse like him of like, oh, like he made like orcs are supposed to be like black people or whatever. And it's like, okay, that's projecting.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Orcs are literally supposed to be like demented, corrupted non-humans. Their defining trait is that they are not human.
Yep.
Like he's not trying to like make like a sub race. Like they are warped by pure evil, and they're not. They look like demented warped creatures. Like they're not
Mhm.
supposed to represent any group. They're supposed to be just gross.
Okay.
And if you're the one saying, "Oh, that's supposed to be black people," that's the racist part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
like
Their only thought is being strong, getting to fight. Yeah.
yeah. Look, I'm not going to say that like everything that Tolkien did was like he very clearly like he was a devout Catholic and he was very anti-industrial, and that comes out a lot in his work.
Yeah.
Um, because like the big bad, like Sauron, the whole thing was that he was like ripping up like forests to build machines of war.
He was building orc pits.
Yes.
He was quite literally fracking for orcs.
Yeah. Fracking for orcs.
Oh my gosh.
No. Not
You are
only
right.
that, like dwarves are known for like they dig too deep, they're too greedy. Like, so a big theme was just that like no digging, tearing up natural habitat bad. Stop it. Um, Not only that, like all like uh, like literally Sauron himself was like worked for like the god of crafted the Maiar of crafting, Aule. And it's like see it's not building stuff that's bad, but you can be bad if you build too much stuff. Basically,
Well,
Tolkien was a dirty hippie. Is what I'm trying to say.
I never would have guessed, based on everything I knew about him ever.
yeah.
No, he was so anti-industrial, so like anti-war, and it shows in his work.
Mm-hmm.
He's also one of the greatest writers of his generation and of
He's
fantasy in general.
phenomenal at writing about the scenery and just everything in the background, all that stuff. But when it comes to characters themselves,
They're pretty one-dimensional. There's
yeah,
no running from that. They
yeah.
are they are supposed to be. I mean, like
I think they're more
that's
up
why a
to
lot
the
of people.
readers. They're more up to the reader.
Yeah, because they are relatively blank, but they do have like characteristics, but a lot of it is meant to sort of just be like the Fellowship. They're supposed to represent like the best of what each race has to offer. That's like the whole theme. Like
Yeah.
Aragorn is the best that men have. Legolas is supposed to be like the most noble of the elves. Gimli is supposed to be the like most proud. They're supposed to almost like act as like literally like ambassadors to like these peoples that we're meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just kind of how it was framed to me. And also, like, I will not listen. If there's any Frodo slander here, I don't want to hear it.
Who's that
There's,
bitch?
people love to hate on Frodo. Like, ugh, all he did was complain and, like, moan. He's like, he was carrying literally the manifestation of evil. You know what? I think he had a hard time.
Oh.
Yeah. I will defend Frodo to my last breath.
There goes Ocean.
Yeah.
And gun.
Here he is.
Whoops. I fucked up and misclicked in a Discord. I've never. Yeah, let's not talk.
Oopsie poopsie.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Was the Discord full of people?
Well, the Discord has about 500,000 people.
What?
Fun.
What Discord is it?
It's a Discord called. Actually, is it 500? It's a lot. Hold on.
Um,
Total members 460,000.
What is it for?
Path of Exile.
Okay.
Whoops.
The most random one. I'm in the Lo-Fi Girl Discord.
The heck? Okay.
I
You
love
good,
lo-fi.
man? Bro, you good?
Nah, man, he's realigning his skeleton.
He's hollowing his bones.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
There's no money, shithead.
You are welcome here.
okay.
Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere.
Why is he singing?
Glory,
I don't know.
God is what our hearts long
Sounds like
for.
gospel.
It is.
It is.
He's
We
possessed.
overcome by your presence, Lord. Your presence, Lord.
That was really beautiful, actually. Keep going. Go
Please
off,
don't.
King.
I forgot to mute before I left my desk. Whoops.
Okay.
The join call immediately mutes. Okay, cool.
Join call, sings gospel for 10 seconds, does not acknowledge it.
But headphones were not on. I just got food and was doing grace basically.
Yep.
Whoops. Sorry about that.
Directly in my ear canals. Grace has been beamed directly into your skull.
I suppose.
Yes. Become graced, you Jesusless pleb.
I'd rather not.
Hey. Jesus was
I'm-
one of us, okay?
He was. And you killed him. Just kidding.
No, you're right, I did kill him. Jesus is dead, I killed him.
Swampy specifically personally killed him.
Jesus.
Did you not know this?
They always say it's about your personal relationship with Jesus. I killed him, that's the relationship.
Okay.
Well.
Okay.
Alright.
Well then.
I just like the fact that it took it took almost 1,600 years for the Roman Catholic Church to develop. And then an additional 200 years for them to finally decide, yeah, maybe the Jews weren't actually categorically as a people responsible for the death of Christ.
Yay.
What are
Yep.
you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. They obviously did it.
Oh my
Are you
God.
suggesting the Catholic Church is a bureaucratic nightmare?
I mean,
Couldn't
look at
possibly
them.
be.
They were in the area.
Oh.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yep.
how's everybody else doing? I got snacks.
Two.
I made
It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but it's Who Framed the Jesuits.
I made 2 sandwiches and then ate them, so that's pretty good.
Good.
Sourdough,
I had ice-
lunch meat,
I had
and
ice
mayo.
cream. It's some
I
good
approve
ice
of
cream.
both of these options.
It's black walnut. It's a good time.
Ooh.
Ocean needs to eat more food.
Wood flavored ice cream is an interesting choice, but I can get behind that.
Hey,
Not wood.
I would.
It was black walnut.
Black walnut is a wood, my guy.
It's also a walnut.
It's a walnut they make ink out of.
And food.
Apparently, it's
True.
tasty.
It is.
I'd imagine it is. I've never genuinely heard of eating black walnuts before. They always had certain, different purposes.
Mhm.
That's kind of funny to me.
It's a bit more of a rustic flavor. Bit stronger than your average walnut.
Yeah.
Mhm. Understandable. That's pretty good. I like walnuts.
If
Walnuts
they
are good.
make wood flavored ice cream, I would eat it.
Yes, you would.
If
Understandable.
they made a wood glue flavored ice cream, I'm sure many people would eat it.
Oh my
No.
God.
Probably.
If they just
I
made wood glue, I'd eat it. I mean,
If it was
what?
Elmer, if it was Elmer glue stick flavored, I would eat
Minute.
it.
I was a glue
Okay.
huffer in middle school.
Alright, that's fine. I don't judge you for huffing glue. I will say, you can eat school paste. That's fine. My friend, I'm a carpenter. If you eat wood glue, you will be so clogged you have no earthly idea.
Have you done
Pretty
it?
sure
Do you
you're-
speak from experience?
I speak from that stuff. When you glue something together with wood glue, the glue is stronger than the stuff you are gluing it to.
Yes, true.
Yes,
I know exactly.
The wood will break before the glue will break.
Pancake,
Ingesting that will clog you so
that's
badly.
what I'm saying, buddy. You've got to get the wood glue flavored ice cream because it's forbidden.
Yeah, Mike implied he would eat actual wood glue. I'm simply informing him of what will happen when he does.
As someone who regularly eats paper and wood, no.
Elementary school number 2 pencil flavored ice cream. That's what we really need.
Actually,
It's true.
I really liked the God, what was it? It was like the HB type pencils. I hate Ticonderoga pencils. It's just ugh.
That's fair. Ticonderoga is very much an artistic brand. They're not for chewing.
No, they're not. But like
They're
any
for
other,
art. They're for what? They're artistic, not autistic. Is
Yeah.
how they were described to me.
but like
That's a,
like red
That's
pine, like oak, any other wood. Not
I'm
whatever
there. I'm chewing on it. You
What
I
can't
do in
stop
fact
me.
willingly chew pine. Pine is very
Ticonderoga
good.
pencils are made out of. I will not have it. Absolutely not.
Pine is good. I do like me some pine.
Dude, pine.
Anyway,
Cherry
D&D.
too. Cherry's one of the very few chewable hardwoods.
Yeah, it is.
anyway, shall we continue? We can continue the beaver conversation later.
You can continue discussing how you want to sneak into the camp and light something on fire.
Nah, we're past the discussion. We're heading back to town,
Yes.
Okay,
where all the dead people are, and all the alive people too.
got it. Not all of the dead people are there. Some of the dead people are on the hill.
Mm. True.
For now,
For now.
I cast Raise Dead. Come down.
I think we just head back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the heading back to the town is the happening now.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
I think the best thing we do is report on what we found because that's the best. That is the best thing that we stole from them.
Yeah.
The troop movements, the logistics, how many, how large.
That is the most valuable thing that we can take.
What's in the cup?
Mm-hmm. If anyone in the recording is wondering, this is the exact part of the session where I start drinking.
What are you drinking?
Are you recording?
I am.
F is.
Oh, okay.
I got OBS working.
He
Anyway,
does
this
that
is
a lot.
Crime statistic I want to talk about. Okay.
I am
Wait.
the notes taker.
I would like to talk about the statistics of crime in minority communities. If you would lend me your ears for about 15 minutes now, I would like to ruin my entire career for the next 35 years.
Oh
Jesus.
boy.
Wait, so what are you drinking? Pancake. I need to know.
Mead.
Ah.
Oh, one of the ones
Beautiful.
from the thing.
I've got 2 left
brewing-
after this.
Yeah, I'm brewing cider right now. It'll be just in time for Thanksgiving.
Good.
Ooh.
Anyway, yeah.
I think cider is probably the favorite alcohol I've had, mostly because it didn't taste like alcohol.
Yeah.
fair. It
Needs
tastes like honey water.
a very good
Pure
choice,
honey
though.
water. But yeah.
Can I just be real with y'all for a second?
Sure.
Sure.
Fire away.
Alcohol is gross. Like, the flavor of alcohol is disgusting.
Yeah.
All I
Hard
taste is
disagree.
permanent marker half the time. Like
Hard
what the fuck?
disagree.
Like,
Fully
the,
disagree, but
the
like,
flavors that can be around ethanol are good.
Yes.
But ethanol tastes like gasoline.
It's
It is
awful.
disgusting.
Permanent
So-
marker taste. Just ugh.
I disagree because I do find the taste of alcohol to be very pleasant. That being said, I have it is an acquired taste. I have acquired it, and no one should ever feel compelled to actually acquire it.
Oh yeah. No, like I'm drinking the mead because I think the mead tastes good, but the mead doesn't taste overwhelmingly like alcohol.
Yeah. I just
I've
have a
been drinking for
problem
about
with like
11 years now, and I'm 26. So
Well, okay, Pancake. Ethanol tastes bad, but have you tried methanol?
Oh God.
No, but I would really like to try me some cancer juice. That sounds
yeah,
delicious.
methanol tastes bad, but have you tried meth?
Methamphetamine.
Have you tried being a
Anyway.
crippling
Anyway, D&D.
alcoholic?
Oh no,
Anyway,
hold up.
D&D.
Before we get back to D&D, you want to know my favorite television fact?
Go
sure.
for it.
On the set of Breaking Bad, everyone kept stealing the prop crystal meth because it was blue cotton candy flavored rock candy, and everyone thought it
I heard
tasted
about
amazing. So there
I
were
heard about
employees who
that.
were apprehended with like full gallon bags of the stuff, trying to take it home to their kids because nobody could stop eating it.
Oh, funny.
It became a drug on set.
It really did. It was really funny to me.
That's great.
Look, candy and drugs, man, the most addictive things out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right.
Anyway,
So you're going
as we're
back to
walking-
camp. What are you, or back
as
to
we're
town?
walking-
What are you going to do there?
As we're walking, I'm just going to be like, do you think at some point we go back to teaching me how to read?
I can try tonight, maybe. I wanted to kind of practice something,
Do that.
but right. But first, we should like points to the crab.
Or-
Tell them what we found. Also, my question is: have you guys relayed the fact that there's dragons and the mother of all dragons? Has that been relayed to us?
Has that felt relevant to any of you yet to mention?
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause-
by the way, we discovered some shit about God of Madness and dragons and obsession with cheese.
Yeah.
Is the cheese
I
bit for
divulge
real?
everything.
No, I was referencing Skyrim with that.
I know. Sheogorath.
Okay. Okay.
No, keep okay. This isn't shame or anything. Just to reference, Hef has not actually played Skyrim.
I have
So,
played the
I needed to
tutorial
clear-
in like 5 minutes outside of it, and that's it.
I just genuinely needed to clear that up with him because I don't think he knows who Sheogorath is.
Fuck no.
Okay, good.
I played it a bunch and I still don't remember who that is.
Understandable. It's the guy who likes cheese. Anyway,
Yeah.
Wasn't okay.
okay. The God of Madness bit is that Sheogorath is the Skyrim God of Madness and he likes cheese. That's the
Okay.
whole bit.
Okay, but this is an evil god, an evil mad god, right?
No, Madness did not actually feature in the description. I think you pulled that
Okay.
out of somewhere else.
Evil.
Someone,
Chaos.
okay, evil god, mother
Evil
of dragons,
dragon god. Yeah.
who has dragons of various colors under her command.
Yes, specifically the 5 chromatic colors of dragons.
We don't have a name currently, so we'll just call her Tammy.
I
Tychisus. You have Tychisus as her name.
Tychisus.
what are the colors of dragons? You see, she just kind of asks.
Bad.
I don't know.
Well,
You'll
it's
have
the
to
metallic
acquire
ones.
them.
It's the same colors we see on the swirl, I'm assuming.
And
Right.
what is each of them do?
Oh, there
I
we
don't
go.
remember. Let's go talk to our local expert on that, i.e. Backlin.
There are not dragons underwater.
No,
There
is
are not dragons anywhere.
There,
Yeah.
actually, is there? Okay,
Unless I've
Pancake,
seen-
I have a very
unless I've
important
seen
lore question for
dragons.
you.
Okay.
Are dragon turtles still around?
What?
Are
That
dragon turtles?
Depends. Lore-wise, are dragon turtles considered an actual form of dragons, or are they like a convergent evolution type thing?
I think they're a class of draconian. They're not considered dragons themselves, though. No,
Okay.
they're just fucking monstrous. They're considered draconic by nature, but they're just massive fucking turtles.
Okay, so here's the deal. You would be familiar with a cult that worships a giant turtle, but you would not be familiar with dragon turtles.
Fair enough. So yeah, then I have no reference for what the fuck a dragon is.
Yes.
Would my order of like monks have any like association with dragons? Probably not, right?
How about we go talk to the person that has the history lore?
Yeah, why don't let's go actually talk to them.
That's probably
Yeah.
smart.
Most of you
people-
probably, like offhandedly, most of you are probably familiar with it. Dragons are a matter of historical fact. But people in this world think of dragons the same way we think of dinosaurs.
Old, extinct, and if you question that, if you think they're real, that means you're godless. Kidding.
No, not really.
Anyway. Okay,
Not
no,
that part.
It is right, not that part.
I
But the rest of it,
dislike the fact you've just implied that there will be anti-vaxxers in the future of this world.
Absolutely not.
No.
I try and avoid that reality whenever I can, but anyway.
There's
Also, I like how
legal
you-
magic in this world.
I like how you said godless as if the rest of the world had gods. They still don't.
Fact
No,
is,
they've got gods. They just no.
There's no gods
Were you
here.
not listening? The world is
Yeah.
full of gods. They're just gods people made up.
I know. I'm just saying that Mike was like, "Oh, that the people that believe in dinosaurs are considered godless." And I'm just like, everyone is considered godless. There are no more gods.
I know.
Okay, so
I'm
the
just
fact
thinking
is-
about our world.
the fact is, dragons did exist, but now they don't. There is proof that they did exist in both texts and
Yeah.
skeletons, and that is that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Not
anyway,
skeletons.
Not skeletons?
Yeah. Is Declan still awake?
Bones?
Archaeology isn't really a thing,
Ah, that's fair.
but like they know they existed. They have the texts to prove it. Yes, Becklin is still awake, as is Raven.
okay.
Cudgell's
so
gone, however.
we kind of walk in on into them.
They're both at the Brass Crab.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would be the equivalent of 11 o'clock at night. So yeah, they'd probably be
Yes.
still awake.
Yeah. Are they still freaking out over the scrolls and everything?
Probably.
Yeah.
She seems to have given up on that, and she's gone to now pacing in front of the fire.
Okay. So, hey, Declan?
Yes?
Alright. We've gathered up. I think it would be in our interest to, head out and get a militia going. We were thinking about taking action, then decided probably not the best idea.
Not tonight.
For more exact numbers, there's a little bit closer to about 750
Understood.
soldiers. Yeah.
It is
it's-
my recommendation to the mayor that we abandon the village. We can take the river up to Kalaman. Raven goes, we're not leaving Becklin. We don't know that they intend to attack.
Should be prepared. They are
You don't
3 miles
Prepare
away.
by just abandoning. There are 150 people in this village. We can't just up and leave on a moment's notice.
I don't think there's probably not enough boats here for that, is there?
In an emergency, we might be able to make do, but there's no evidence that we need to at the moment.
Okay.
I disagree with the mayor, but
If I may, she kind of chimes in.
speak.
They were flying the same flag we found on that guy's chest, and we were talking about trying to find out who was paying for all of that or everything.
Mm-hmm. We were.
A camp that big probably has the resources.
Yeah, that'll be a 1-5 fight. Fuck. I was doing the math on if the entire village went to war with a camp, and it would be 1-5, and then
Undoubtedly so.
it would be.
They attacked the festival by bribing one of Cudgell's regiments. We have no evidence that they need to attack us.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Fact is, though, it might be in you guys' interest to have some security. Because,
It may well
what's-
be.
Yeah.
there is a
What are you suggesting?
full army. We head to the capital, let the garrison know, have them send out, at the very least, a platoon or something.
750 heads, you said.
Just about.
Becklin's kind of running the math in her head.
Yep. Right about 750. Give or take 20.
This, in a matter of moments, Becklin has transformed from the quiet, kind of almost ceremonial night that you've seen throughout the funeral into the Becklin you remember working with. She's pacing, she's counting on her fingers, and she's very obviously running the numbers through in her head as she goes, alright, the town could be garrisoned with 250 against that number for 3 days. We don't have the supplies to do that. We could buy maybe a day if we had an entire Kentery of knights. We don't. What resources do we have? We have Cudgel's people. With Cudgel's people into the village, we could hold them off for a while. We're trapped, though. We are a peninsula. How would we get out? We could take the river. Taking the river would take time. We would need to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
In the event that they attack, they could be here in a matter of hours.
Less. They're 3 miles out.
3 miles. Less time. How did they get there without us seeing them? We'll have to figure that out
Lovely
later.
question. They're heavily set in. Whole area is cleared out. There is heavy wood trunk fences all set up. They are well set in.
They've been there for
Full patrols, everything. They've been there a while.
I see.
months, maybe.
Maybe not that long. At least the last
I would give
week.
them a week to build what they have. Probably.
Yeah.
Understood.
That.
Also, we have to consider the fact that maybe these guys are. Look, I know they were pretty set in, but it didn't seem like they were trying to build any sort of permanent structure.
Just the fact of them taking care of that, or getting rid of, or clearing that much room in the trees, and setting up that sturdy of a fence. They're for a camp. That's really set in for a camp.
True. But what I'm just worried about is I know I'm the one that did suggest like calling up a garrison, but at the same time that may also pose some risk because that may provoke them is what I'm worried about. I just don't want to provoke anything.
I see.
You see,
It's not my town. It's your guys' call.
you see, she kind of raises her hand again, like trying to get another question in.
Becklin gestures. Leica?
750 is a lot of soldiers to feed, house, and everything. You mentioned resources for 250 here?
We don't have that much.
Well, if they've been here for weeks, not only did they have to establish the fort without you noticing, but they had to supply it, and they still have to.
Indeed.
So they have a supply train somewhere.
We saw people heading west on horse out of it. What's to the west of 3 miles out?
West?
Yeah. What's west?
It's the rest of Estwide. It's Kerr. It's Nordmar. The Taman Basuk, the mountains. Directly west of us would be the mountains, more or less.
Do we? You said we had 250 people, right? Like active.
100 people living in this town. 150.
And then how many people in
How many are like
in Cudgel's in the mercenary group?
Yeah, how many?
The Ironclad Regiment, I believe, currently numbers 162. After the last tally.
Okay. Do you take a tally after the fact of where they lost 27?
48, but yes.
48. Oh, yeah. 48. Too many.
Yes.
Agreed.
How many are in fighting shape?
Probably not too many.
All right.
We don't know. Cudgel's at the camp now, sorting out her business with Jayev. We'll know when they get back.
A plan. A diversion. Okay.
To what end?
Once I need to take a step back out of character. I'm
Okay.
staring at the art of war on my desk right now.
Okay.
Back into character.
Anyway,
Yes.
Twint is now a mercurial genius.
Yes.
God.
We would split up the fighting force that we have with. So they have their supply depot somewhere in the camp.
Mhm.
On the other end of camp, we make a large distraction, one large enough to draw a good 90% of their force, probably more.
What kind of distraction did you have in mind? Probably with fire. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah. So as
And
much
to what
chaos
end?
as possible, and then steal as much of their supply depot as we can get our hands on, and then scatter to the wind.
Getting into
Scatter
a
to the
camp.
wind. Where?
I don't know. At that point, we would also have to just interrupt their supply line. Can't we just attack their supply lines, though?
Where are they being supplied from? Where are the lines?
We don't
Where?
know. That would take more time and reconnaissance.
It's not a bad plan. We just don't know enough yet.
No.
How big? You mentioned a few places out west. How many of them are big enough to supply twice that many?
If there was a hidden settlement in the mountains, kingdom.
Like, I'm asking like Becklin because I am not familiar with land geography.
True.
So I'm like asking.
Supplies could come from anywhere. There have been rumors of war in Nordmar for years now. Maybe from them. Maybe this is some echo from up north.
Right all the way down here.
If the enemy is present in Nordmar, they would have access to fish, fields, to Kerr, certainly. Perhaps even the Delvin, Dariland. We don't know. We don't know where they're from. We don't know what they have access to. We don't even know who they are.
What I'm just worried about is that a big reason why they might be here is for the fact that this town here can provide them with food. This might just well be a depot for them. And I don't want that to be the case for these people.
That is a concern.
The
We don't
evacuation.
know their intentions here. We don't know why they're here. We don't know where they came from. It seems like we don't know enough to have a plan.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Now, Twin, I know you did seem pretty eager to see if we could get in there. If we had numbers and were able to actually create a distraction, do you think you could get in there and find some plans that they had?
Would I be able to? Maybe. It would take some doing. It would take a hell of a lot of doing. And a lot of luck. The timing would have to be perfect.
But you think you could do it?
Yes.
Hmm.
So that means we'll just need to create a distraction large enough to pull maybe 100
Some
or two
attention.
people. Even though the place is 750 somewhereabouts, if you can pull 200 out, then you pretty much have the attention of the entire camp at that point.
Yes. But at that point, it would be, if we miss that opportunity, they are on high alert and they are aware of us.
Yeah.
They are. Immediately and assuredly.
They're
The
aware
other thing is
that we mean them some kind of harm.
Yeah. The other part is because their camp is so large, I don't think they have anything to gain from raiding this town. Nothing to
Raiding,
gain.
no, but Becklin kind of glances around to make sure that there's no one else in the immediate vicinity. If this is from Nordmar, I'm not worried about raiders. I'm worried about occupation.
That's what I'm worried about. Not to mention, sometimes armies just get bored. It's a sad reality, but what do you think a bunch of these marauders might do when they're bored?
Precisely.
You don't have to be on the ocean to be a pirate.
The other part is those reptilian beasts. What do they eat? Do they eat people per se? That could be bad. As I say in a very hushed voice.
Mm-hmm. We don't know.
No, we don't.
I'd like to hope that they don't.
Me
When
too.
we pass them, though. But what I'm also just worried about is, how do I put this? Armies attract. I'm always worried. Armies can attract more attention, and that's what I'm worried about. If this army's here, who's to say an even bigger fish might not swim up?
Precisely. Who are they here to fight? Where are they moving to?
Where's the battlefield gonna be? And I gesture to the town.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Why did they choose a town of 150 people tops?
Then it doesn't
They be
need to be
looking
an
for
army.
something?
It just needs to be a small force. If we can find their supply
Declan-
lines and their way in, we can act like one of the caravans coming in.
Raven, where does this port lead? Where can it go?
From here, by river, Kalaman, eventually Wayrest, the Tower of Mages. If you follow it far enough down, you come to Elkholm, Heartland, Lemish, maybe. Almost every major city in Solamnia.
I think that's it. This is the amount of people they have and the amount of time they've been there. They can't need resources from a town like this, like the food.
No, probably not.
They wouldn't need to send 750 people to take on 150.
Or they would take this as a major trade point.
But if they were to occupy it and have that many people, they could make a pretty big, hard to take out stronghold.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's a
And
name.
then if they send anyone up, if we send anyone up the river, they have the advantage. And if they send anyone down, they have plenty of places to go.
Indeed they do. I wish I had answers.
Well, we don't
At the
have
moment,
those
I just
yet.
don't.
Well,
It's going to be a very uneasy night, it seems.
yes.
Well, I suggest at the very least, do you guys have like a local guard or something, even if just a couple of volunteers?
We have 25 men we would call a militia. They can fight with spears.
Definitely have them on high alert. Let them know, because
Indeed.
And if I doubt they're gonna make a move, but better to be safe than sorry.
We can't know yet, is the thing.
Just keep somebody in the crow's nest.
Aye.
More so terminology. Anyway, so what's our next move? I kind of motion to our little posse we've developed.
I can get word around.
Word. On what? Because if we scare everyone, that's just going to create mass panic.
What I'm worried about is that the word's going to get out anyway. So we need to find a way to carefully let the people know that there's an army nearby.
I have a.
I don't think we should tell them that yet.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's at this point you realize Raven has passed out from pretty much from exhaustion and stress and a combination of other factors. She's asleep in her chair right now.
I put like my hoodie on her, kind of like as like a blanket kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Like tuck her in. But I'm just thinking, we have to at least let the people know not to go near the woods. Like,
How do you
we
do
it
that without
without
explaining to them, hey,
wolves?
there's a
I don't know,
big ass
so
I-
wolf over there?
Yeah.
I don't think we have to worry about anyone going anywhere for a good while. Not
Probably
after
not.
today.
Yeah, no. Everyone's
Yeah.
probably a little starstruck and scared.
Yeah. People are already on edge.
Yeah,
Shouldn't make it worse.
correct.
If you need to get information out to the masses, I have a family I could probably talk to, and they would get word around probably slower than just announcing it to the entire village, town.
That's possible, but
I appreciate the offer. And we'll keep that in mind. For now, we should probably keep this fairly close to the chest.
Okay.
Also, probably I'll get some rest because
everyone's tired. Especially you, Becklin. Sleep.
Mm.
I will survive. You know me well
Believe-
enough, Dwarfos. I'll be fine.
Yes, I know.
Not to mention Declan. And it seems like you've already been on it, but I think you might need to keep hitting those scrolls.
I think I've learned everything I can from my library here.
Okay.
Just
unfortunately.
scribbles and notes. All of my knowledge is here. I'm a scholar of the land, not general scholar. I know the history of this town, and I know all of the history relevant to it, but I couldn't tell you 600 years ago what was going on in Estwild or anything.
Nope. No.
Also, at some
Unfortunately,
point,
no
some
one
of y'all
can.
got to teach me how to read. Seems like it's a useful skill to have.
In due time.
So
In due time.
it is at this point that I need to apologize to all of you because I am dyslexic. And I need you to take every single time I've told you west and make it east.
Ah.
Fair enough.
I have been misreading this map very badly. All of the locations and names are correct, but I got my directions flipped.
Okay.
Oh, that's hilarious. Wait, okay.
Okay, so I just flipped the entire map in my head.
Yes, good.
Yes.
And I'm also dyslexic, so that's fucking me up so bad.
Yup.
Good luck.
Actually, no,
I'm gonna be honest, I use left and right on a map in real life. I'm real bad with cardinal directions.
Declan, are you going to sleep?
If there's time for it.
Before that, do you mind if I sit here with you for a while and ask a few questions?
Of course.
She's gonna go over to the. I'm gonna let everyone else kind of finish their things and go to bed. I'm gonna go grab a glass of water from the bartender.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a nightcap and go to bed.
Good.
But before I go to sleep, I'm just gonna give one last try to see if Y is around.
Alright. We will get back to that shortly.
Okay.
I think Twint will go to bed as well.
Alrighty. And Dwarvos?
For right now, my character is just gonna sit down and ponder.
Okay.
Maybe
you like an
go
orb?
through some of the other books as well.
Would you
that
like an
Declan
orb to
has.
ponder?
No, thank you. I'm
All
okay.
apprentices do these days: ponder they orb, be lichen, and lie.
Oh god.
You're not wrong.
No. Right now, my character is sit down at the table, start going through some of the manuscripts and books.
They're all like a natural history of the area of Solamnia, or a guide to the wilds of Corvair, or just like broad, sweeping academic works like that.
Gotcha.
Most of them seem to have been discarded for being completely useless to Becklin's immediate search.
All right.
Also, when she calls it a library, she had like a shelf of books in the tower, and she appears to have grabbed almost all of them.
Mm.
She's got a stack of books. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah.
Works for me.
Alright.
Oh, before we go to sleep, Leica,
Mhm.
can you tell me with that reading thing again?
I was gonna do the conversation with Becklin tonight and kind of let you
Okay.
get your sleep.
Let you stew in it for a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like we all need to take the night to think.
Yeah. Someday I'll learn to read. Anyway.
And I think your thinking would be better if you couldn't read. I don't think reading would improve your thinking.
Reading the devil. Anyway.
What are you, the Catholic Church? Anyway.
Yes. Haven't you heard? Anyway. So, Leica.
Okay. So I was gonna just kind of like the map, Ispin's map, right? Like the map of
Yeah.
the town and the surrounding areas. I know it's not like a full-on in-depth map, but it's good enough for now. I'm going to
Yeah.
kind of like gently push Raven to the side of it and take that kind of glass of water. I'm gonna sit with Becklin because I asked her for, and just kind of like pour bits of it on the map. I'm assuming it's like
Okay.
built into the table, not like
You
a
know,
piece of
carved
paper.
into the surface of the table.
Again, kind of like poking at them and dragging the drops along to form little paths.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's a dragon? You guys all are talking about them as if there's some really important thing to all this.
Dragons. You're familiar with fish, yes?
Just kind of nod.
Stupid question.
The fish is familiar with fish. I know we're having a serious moment.
Alright. So you are familiar that there are fish, and then in the ocean there are basically cascading categories of ever greater and greater fish, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And you are also familiar with turtles, I assume alligators, crocodiles, any of the saltwater varieties.
Mm-hmm.
A dragon is to a turtle or an alligator what something like a kraken is to a fish.
Mm.
They were the apex magical predators in their day, and they were intelligent. Some of them were good, some of them were evil, a lot of them were neutral. There were three main kinds that represented the three primary kinds of magic. There were chromatic dragons, who were almost always evil, and were a primary living conduit for divine magic. And they enacted the will of evil gods. They were often servants to Tychisus or to Malbolgia or to any other number of various evil deities through the centuries. There were the metallic dragons, who were considered intelligent incarnations of arcane magic like a wizard uses or a sorcerer. And there were the gemstone dragons, who represent a current or a now extinct form of magic we called Source, which is magic in its rawest, purest form, unfiltered by divinity or by arcane knowledge. During the calamity, they went extinct, as far as we know. But they were the sorts of things that early people would have mistaken for gods if the gods had not been physically present with them in that world before. Powerful, often evil, voraciously hungry, and with an appetite for hoarding, though each dragon had a different particular obsession. Does that answer your question?
They like to collect things.
Yes, they did.
Like shiny things?
Many of them, yes.
See, by this point, she's kind of like spilled about half of the glass of water and has kind of made little paths all over the map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The river being this kind of big puddle that has various streams that kind of go off down just into the distance. What looks like one roughly where the camp would be, where the village is, where the hill was.
Mm-hmm.
Source magic. Is that what beasts use? The things that can kind of call on magic of their own?
We think so. Innate natural magic is usually arcane in that there is some focus or some intermediary. Sorcerers, for instance, if you're familiar with them, they can cast spells through themselves using, well, without the physical components we would associate with some of those spells, because the magic is coming from within them. So they can affect arcane magic without interacting with the actual arcane elements of it, but it is still arcane magic. We don't know enough about many of the beasts to understand whether they're working like sorcerers do, or perhaps they do use source magic. We don't know. However, we do know that the manifestations that the gemstone dragons were capable of have not been replicated in our era. It seems to have vanished with them in all the forms that they used it, or that it was given from them to mortals.
I see.
Take Spren, for instance. See, you're familiar with Spren.
Mhm.
And she gestures, and you notice that outside in the ground, there's just this writhing purple mass all over the ground as fierce Spren are just congregating around the village.
Wonder what's causing that.
Couldn't tell you. Spren are close to what our records indicate source magic was. They have no elemental associations. They don't come from anything. We're not sure if we create them by feeling emotions or if they're attracted to emotions. Or if, for instance, wind creates wind spren, or wind spren might create wind. We don't know what the relationship is, but they are as close to the manifestations of gemstone magic as we can see today. Simply sourceless, infinite magic.
So while arcane is magic for understanding,
Mm-hmm.
and elemental magic, or she's like trying to the ones the chromatics are
Divine,
using is
dear.
divine, is magic for devotion's sake.
It's magic from a higher power, delegated from one being to another.
So while arcane is is magic for understanding,
Mm-hmm.
and divine is magic as a gift, source is magic for magic's sake.
As we understand it, yes.
And the dragons are. She thinks back to the Kraken analogy. The biggest
Yes.
things. This isn't gonna end well, is it?
War never does, but we can't tell yet.
Well, you try and ride it out, and you see where the flow takes you.
Indeed.
You see she kind of takes a drop, like one large drop of water on a finger, and it falls into the pool in the forest, like roughly where the other one is, and it just kind of descends upon kind of runs out into the pool in the village. Then into the sea, then into everything.
When you do that, Becklin kind of takes her mug and puts it over the village. I understand your analogy, my dear, but I've diverted a river or two in my time as a mercenary. There's always another way.
I'm not saying it can't be done. There are always bigger currents.
Always.
But it's... So she kind of points back at that one. But that's not just gonna... back at the war camp. But that's not just gonna stay put.
Never does.
And either it's heading this way, or it's heading elsewhere.
Indeed.
But at least we know about it, and we can try.
Yes. Sometimes the trying is all that matters in the end. We'll do our best. You don't need to be scared, just be prepared.
I don't think I'm scared. I'm not quite sure what I am. But it's interesting. Trying to think about it. I had something happen earlier on the battlefield that felt weird. Kind of got me thinking.
Strange things have been known to happen in the heat of combat. Hell, I made a career out of it one day.
Kind of gives a thought smile. I wonder where this flow is going, and where the currents will take this one.
I wish I could tell you. We just don't know yet. But we both know there's one way to find out.
The current presses on. Whether you're prepared or not, whether you're strong enough or not, it shall press. And it is up to you to determine whether or not you move with it, against it, or try and change it.
Always.
But I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, the waves are simply doing their job. And the currents are too.
Perhaps. But I see it as our job to fight them, and to push back, because sometimes the waves don't know what's best.
Well, the waves don't really know anything, do they?
No, they don't. So let's try not to be waves, shall we?
Kinda nods. Thanks for talking.
Anytime, dear.
And she's going to say something of a small blessing over Byron. Just kind of, may the waves guide you, and the strength of nature, and the pressure it brings, be in a way that is pleasing to you.
She smiles, kind of picks up her glass, and you notice the water doesn't flow back in around where it was. It raises it to you. Silver, gold, and blood, lass. Enough of all of them for you.
She kind of gives
Now,
a
I think
small
you should
toast.
get some sleep.
Yeah. She kind of gives a small toast, finishing what's left of the cup of water, and then heads off to bed.
Alright.
I think at this point, my character, Dwarvos, probably heads off to bed.
Alrighty.
Have a
Hey,
good night,
Mike, you still
Becklin.
awake over there?
Have a good
Yeah,
night.
I'm here.
Yep.
A
You
Y
leaving,
check.
Ocean?
No. This is like in character. Becklin, make sure to get some
He
sleep.
was there for that conversation. Oh yeah.
Yes, I was. I was at
Yes.
the table.
Fair.
I was not.
I just had to make you were in your tired voice. I wasn't sure if that was you or the character.
Both.
Okay, got it.
You tired is a bit of a deep voice. Dwarvus is also a bit of a deep voice.
I
Just a
have a
bit.
deep voice in general. It's okay.
Yes, you do.
But yes, in character.
Mhm.
Dwarvos is heading off to bed.
Fair
Tells
enough.
Becklin, make sure to get some sleep. Try to at least.
We'll see how the night goes.
Okay.
Get some rest yourself, Pennylegs.
Thanks. And Dwarvos heads off to bed.
Alrighty. Mike. Mike. You have a toddler to take care of, don't you?
I gotta find her first.
Yep. You have lost your child.
Yeah. Okay.
Blessing and a curse.
I'm just gonna like get into like a meditative position. Say, why? You have so many questions. I have so few answers. Now it's my turn to ask you one. Where are you?
I'm right here.
Like where do I hear that come from?
Basically right in front of you.
Where have you been?
Away.
Can you elaborate?
I don't think so.
Of course you can. Alright. Why? Earlier today, you asked me if I needed to get somewhere very quickly,
Yes,
and you did just that. Do you remember that?
I do.
Okay.
I don't know why I do, but I do.
Okay. Now, I wanted to say, because I haven't said this to you yet, thank you. You helped save lives.
I think that's what we're supposed to do, isn't it?
You're learning. So, I know you are always looking for answers and don't have that many. But I think I'll do my best to help you figure this out if you help me. Does that sound alright?
Okay.
Now, I know I'm asking a lot of you, but can you do your best? I know you can. Tell me what you think you are.
I don't remember.
I need you to try, kid.
No, I don't remember. My sisters don't remember. We've all forgotten what we are.
Your sisters. Do you know where they are?
No,
You've never mentioned them to me before.
I didn't remember them before.
Now you do. Seems like things are coming back to you. Slowly but surely.
Yeah, maybe.
Can I teach you something?
Okay.
Sit down next to me. See how I'm sitting?
Do you have your eyes open at this point?
Yeah, my eyes are open.
Okay, yeah, she's been sitting on your nose for the whole conversation.
Oh, of course she has. Just, can you sit down next to me?
I don't want to leave.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to leave. I'm just having you come sit at my side.
I can't right now.
You stuck? You just don't want to move.
I can't.
Okay, that's fine. Just sit the way I'm sitting. I just
She
want you to close
copies your
eyes.
stance to the best of her ability.
Now close your eyes.
I don't have eyes.
Just bear with me on this. I need you to try and. I know you probably have a lot of thoughts going on. You have a. It seems like there's a lot of confusion in your life. I just need you to close your. Well, in a hypothetical or metaphorical way, I need you to close your eyes. What you need to try and do, there's a lot of noise in your head. Try and quiet it. Let thoughts move through you. Instead of when you have a lot of thoughts coming into your head, instead of trying to grab at them and wrestle with them, let them flow. All right, like the wind. Let them blow through you. Blow through you. Come in, acknowledge, flow out. And I don't know if you have lungs, but breathe. Called meditating. It's helped me a lot over the years. This will help you too.
Are you
Don't
sure it's helped you?
try. Well, I like to think it does.
You're still angry.
I am. But that doesn't mean meditating doesn't help. I lost a lot of friends. Made some new ones. And I consider you one of them, as annoying as you are. And I want to help you. So let me help you the way I know how. Let's just meditate. Shall we?
Okay.
All right, I'm just going to meditate with why.
Alright. She doesn't quite get the concept.
All
At
right,
least
it's
not
worth
in
a
the way
shot.
you might expect her to.
Okay, worth a try.
She's sitting there quietly, but it's more in the form of when you were trying to play who can be quiet the longest, more than actually being quiet.
Damn, I can't believe telling the amnesiac to clear their mind didn't work.
Well, what am I going to say? I need you to work super
No, I'm not.
super hard. I know, I
It
know.
makes sense for the character. I'm just saying. It's
I
like,
know, I know.
I'm like it makes. I respect what you're doing. It's perfect for the character. I'm just saying, like, damn, telling the person who doesn't know who they are to clear their mind.
Yeah.
Why didn't that work?
It's a big ask. It is a big ask.
Have you confirmed she is capable of having thoughts yet?
Not really. This is the best I can do.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, the fact that she did point out the fact that she could basically smell or like sense the anger on me. I'm gonna try and work. I'm gonna try and work through that. Kind of
Okay.
like, yeah. I'm just gonna kind of work through the fact that I am basically, still getting mad that everyone that I know and love is missing or dead. So
Can you do me a favor and roll me a D100?
okay.
Good luck.
Oh no.
Roll to enhance
that-
personal issues.
21.
Alright. So you try and meditate. You've been meditating a good chunk of your life, right?
Yeah.
It's not usually that hard for you. Flame, candle, darkness, all that good stuff. But there's an intrusive thought that just really annoyingly keeps cropping up no matter how many times you try and shove it away. Of a grand battlefield, a group of monks protecting a small cluster of civilians in the middle of a three-way battlefield, and you remember sheer martial dominance vividly for about 10-second flashes at a time. You don't really productively meditate. Instead, you're just left with this lingering face in your mind of a very young woman in a very elaborate dress who just looks so tired, so world weary, and just stares through you blankly. That just burns itself into your mind.
Alright.
A battlefield littered with star-like metal and dead bodies.
Yeah, I can see why that would fuck with your ability to meditate.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant thing to be thinking about, but you can't stop for some reason.
I'm gonna come out of it. It's like, alright, guess did my best. How's Y doing?
She started fidgeting in place, kind of flashing between being the little girl that you know her as and being this hopping, anxious-looking robin. But it's like a robin at 1/72nd scale. It's really tiny, just kind of hopping in place.
Alright, well, worth a shot. You're out of bed.
Good night.
Good night. And don't stick my pillow to my face.
No promises.
Of course not. And I put my head on my pillow wearily.
Understandable.
Yeah. Okay. That's it for Rajan.
Cool. Hey, Twin.
Yep. What up?
Twin.
Woof.
Hi. So, have you considered there's an awful lot of shiny stuff in that camp over there? You don't know what it was, but they did pay a lot of money to those mercenaries.
I guess. Not actively. I was more thinking of getting into the camp and then thinking about shiny stuff after.
Yeah, that shiny stuff, it's real tempting, isn't it?
I guess. I'm better at pickpocketing anyway.
There is that.
I'm not really
you have
great
some really...
I'm not really great at grand theft.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You have some really weird dreams.
Oh god.
Like, your brain keeps flitting between all, the camp represents more wealth than you've seen in your entire life. And the masked face of the quote-unquote god you met in the pre-dream before the campaign started. And he's just silently watching out over the horizon. Completely impenetrable mask. He doesn't look like he has a body, it's just a formless shadow holding up a cloak and mask with a pair of glowing white eyes. And at some point in the dream, he turns back to you, and one of the eyes winks conspiratorially, and then he fades into a smoke that blows away on the wind.
I see.
And you're left with visions of shiny stuff. Just ripe for the taking.
Alright.
You wake up surrounded by draconians and fire.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We've got a city to burn.
We had a camp to set on fire for some reason.
I was making a joke about fucking him sleepwalking into the camp.
I know. And I meant
I'm not that
cyberpunk
mean.
joke.
Man, I'm not that mean as a DM, come on.
You're not that mean yet, Pancake. I believe in you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But
Believe
yeah. I think we probably call the session there.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Everybody have a good time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not my
There's
top.
one
I'm just
kind of flavor
having my
request thing I want to do, but we don't need everyone here for it, so we can.
One at a time. Swampy?
I have a thing I kind of wanted to run by you,
Okay.
Flight RP, but I can do that in a bit. I'm gonna get some
I
work
have
done.
time.
I will let other people
Mike?
go though.
I'm just glad I got my annoying ass toddler back. I hate that you made me feel like basically like paternal instinct towards this thing.
Oh, you hate that? I'm real proud about that.
No, you should be because like first off, like you made the most annoying thing ever, and I'm just like, why do I care so much about this stupid little spren? This literally feels like a Joel Ellie / Mando Baby Yoda situation.
Yep,
I am
I
Pedro
appreciate
Pascal. I am Pedro Pascal now.
I am real happy with that. That's an outcome I can be satisfied with.
Yeah. Damn it, why? Get on the pallet!
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Alright. That's it for me.
Fair enough. Anybody else? Questions, comments, concerns?
It was good.
Yes.
Good.
Kind of scary of what comes to mind. What will be next session? Or what could be next session?
Unfortunately.
Do the song "Savages" from Mulan.
God. Except
I have
there's no mountain
kind
we
of
can
half a
start.
mind that I want to tell you the name of the chapters of the book as you enter them. I don't know that I really want to do that, but I think I'll probably tell you the name of this chapter after we finish it. Because this one, like, the name kind of tells you everything that's going to happen in the chapter. So if I started doing that at the start of the campaign, you already know what's going to happen.
Then don't do that.
It's up
Afterwards,
to you,
fine.
Pancake.
Yeah, once you finish this chapter, I will probably tell you what it's called, because it's just been sitting in my brain the whole time you've been discussing this.
Oh, okay. Rise of the
Well, now I'm
Dragons or some
curious.
shite like that. I don't know.
I was gonna say it's gonna be like fucking Attack of the Dragon Queen's army.
Something like
Or it,
that.
or it could be a complete non sequitur, and it's just like, let's all be friends.
No, it's very, very related to the conversations you've been having in this session specifically. It's very funny to me.
Oh god. Well,
Invading the camp.
I'm not gonna dive too far into it because like
It's a,
I like just kind of playing it as we go, you know?
Yeah, no, this is fun.
Yeah, doing a great job.
I'm learning I really like running from the book with my own homebrew added in, because I don't have to make up everything.
Yeah.
It's a lovely framework.
Yeah. No, it is so nice. After the last campaign where I just had to improv absolutely everything, to have a book to go to that has answers in it.
Yeah.
Very nice. Much appreciated. Also, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. I just really want to say how vindicating it is to hear that I can make a session with no combat interesting.
Oh,
yeah,
of
that's a good
course.
question.
No, we're
Combat
planning for
every time.
combat. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We're planning
True.
for so much combat.
But I
Yeah,
also
have it.
really appreciate that you're a group who's willing to go with me on that.
No, combat. You don't. If you have combat too much, then you just get sick of it.
Right,
So
but I've had groups fall apart because they didn't fight too much, or they didn't fight enough. So I really want to tell you guys how grateful I am that you're willing to just show up and go with it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, when you did that one shot, we just kind of rolled with the fact like that one guy removed all the text and everything. We missed every single barrier to piss him off and just like, all right, we're going with
Yeah,
it.
no, that was really funny.
Yeah.
You could have full well fought him and killed him or died in the process, but no, you were just entirely too chaotic for him to learn what anger was.
Fuck it. Let's all be friends.
Correct.
Oh, God.
We're having
you know
some
what?
tacos later.
Yeah. And it just happened to fucking work, and I'm okay with that.
Yep.
The one shot gives me 5 triggers that you could hit to make him angry. You only need to hit 2 of them. You hit 1.
Oh.
Did we actually hit one? Which one did we hit?
When you found the journal in the library, and you didn't let him read it, because it's supposed to come out if you let him read it. He drains the ink from it. So that's why all the ink is gone from the books and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because that's how he reads. But you didn't let him read the journal, which is a point towards him getting angry to you. And then you just missed all the others. Like, I think you encountered one of them and went the pacifist route, but I couldn't tell you which one it was.
I think it was the armor ones. If we killed the armors, he would have been angry, but we just pushed them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
And since he had been, I think you said because he had already established that wasn't murder, he was fine with it.
Yeah, that's fair. We can go with that one.
Also, I want to say the name because it's funny to me. But Pancake, the lore thing that I'm going to do, we don't have to have everyone else around. I'm going to scream into the void.
Okay, would you like everyone else to not be around? Because you can send it in DMs.
No, people can be around. I just don't want
Okay.
to steal everyone's time because this is when
Okay,
we
no,
hang
that's fine.
out.
Dude, we're vibing.
We boolin'.
Also, Pancake, you fucked up. You fucked up by telling me about the source. You fucked up by
Okay.
giving me the lore I asked for.
Why would I not give you the lore you asked for?
I don't know, buddy.
Bro, I want you to do fun, creative things with the lore.
All right.
That's why it's there. I am not gonna write something I don't think you can do some fun, funky stuff with.
So Pancake, I have an unexpended spell slot for racial magic. I have Charm
Okay.
Person. I have not cast it. So
Okay.
I would like to, instead of attempting to cast it, I wish to scream.
All right.
I want to just kind of assume the same meditative thing. I don't really meditate, despite being a monk, but just kind of assume the same meditative pose as Mike. Kind of try and clear my mind. And instead of casting the spell, like using the intelligence thing of like this is how a spell works, this is how I channel this, I just kind of want to think of nothing, channel whatever the thing I do to get magic out is,
Okay.
and just scream. Like expend the spell slot to scream.
Okay.
Sounds like meditating to me, man.
Where's
I would like to
in-
know what you would like to get out of this.
in character? Like, are you doing this in character in game?
In character. It's in character. Yeah.
Where's your character right now?
In her room. I don't know if this
You're
is the
gonna wake
result.
up the entire crap.
I do not know if this is going to result in me physically screaming. But okay, so here's the idea, Pancake, behind this.
Okay.
She was just told about the source, this kind of thing of magic that's just magic for magic's source. It's what the Spren come for. It's kind of this. It's just magic. It is like
Okay.
the source of magic around everything. She heard that monsters. It may be the source of monsters, and she is kind of monstrous. So basically, what she is doing is just trying to take the arcane out of the spell and just like let the magic out.
Okay.
So divine magic is the gift of magic given from something. Arcane magic
Yes.
is the use of magic with intelligence, with form, with structure. Source is magic for magic's sake. She's just trying to do that. She felt this because in the battlefield, she felt the ocean thing, which was basically just this broad emptiness, like everything around her was there. This immense
Yes.
weight, or just openness. So that's got her thinking, which is why she was getting all existential before. So the thought is just she heard about Source. She's felt this big emptiness of everything around her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just trying to, like, let something out into that. Not try to cast the spell, but just try and let something out.
Okay.
It may do nothing, it may do something, but that's the idea.
So I'm going to tell you it does nothing. Alright. It does nothing. But it does nothing very specifically because you, the player, have misinterpreted something, which means she has misinterpreted it.
Completely fair.
So it is not that you are not capable of it. If you continue to pursue and learn about it, you can, but you have misinterpreted something, which rather means it does not work right now.
Fair enough. It was, again, an experiment. She had the spell slot, she had some, like, racial magic left over, so she was gonna try it. And I'm absolutely fine with it doing literally nothing.
Also, you don't have a spell slot. You've just chosen to use Charm Person to scream in a very alluring way.
Just scream.
Just scream.
I choose my target, the void.
like-
I scream.
I'm
You
just, like,
have a
about to
very
dri-
charming scream.
I'm like about to drift off to sleep, and I'm like, what the hell? Why is
No,
it so
it's-
beautiful?
My man's trying to wake up the whole brass
So
crab.
beautiful.
Yep. No,
Everyone
it doesn't wake you up. It's just like a pleasant warbling background to you drifting off to sleep.
Why are they screaming, and why is that so soothing?
Why
On the
is
plus side, the scream is so enticing, it does replace the burned-in image of the very tired battle woman.
Fair enough.
everyone
That's
can use a good rest?
That's Leica. I just roll over.
Oh, that Leica, always screaming at 2 in the morning. She's like a cat, but fish.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's totally fine. I didn't know if that was gonna do anything, but if it did, I didn't want to like steal like 20 minutes of everyone's time for that.
No, it was worth it just to do that. That was kind of funny.
The fish shall
I
continue
approve.
to scream.
I approve of shenanigans like that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, because I like exploring magic systems, both in character and out. So
Mhm.
you tell me something. You tell me about a funky magic system. I'm gonna try and do a funky little magic system.
Indeed, I approve.
And now I know
And you
that
you can in fact engage with that funky little magic system once you learn a little bit more about it.
yeah, the idea was the flavor idea that I had was to kind of potentially flavor the whole mana flow thing as like that there's just magic everywhere, and that's just kind of tapping into the magic that's just everywhere and the like waves or things that others produce in it.
See, the thing is, that is the essence of magic. Is there is magic everywhere. Arcane casters use spells and effectively programs in order to cast it. Divine casters use the will and power of higher beings to be able to channel their magic. But it's all coming from the same place.
Mhm.
So that's why sorcerers are considered arcane, because it's coming from them, but they still have to interface with it somehow.
Yeah. So the idea was just if I scream, then instead of trying to pull stuff out of the magic, I'm just pushing it.
Mhm.
But it is whatever. I shall
Not a bad guess.
explore. I shall explore later when the character is more awake and I am not currently doing math.
Yeah. No, I'm letting you know as a player that it's because you've misinterpreted something. Because I would like you to come to understand it rather than we spend 6 sessions with you messing around, never quite get it, and then drop it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, once you learn what it is you've misinterpreted, you will be good.
Okay, so you're basically saying you're giving me the DM courtesy of saying, okay, that thing is a thing. You fucked it up this time, but I'm not gonna let you do that 17 more times once every session, and then there's
Right.
there's no result.
Right.
You're giving me the courtesy of telling me it's not a dead end.
Yes. What you just did is a dead end. But the source is not a dead end in and of itself.
Right. It's meth time. It's meth time.
I'm gonna dip. I got a
See ya.
doctor's
Alrighty.
appointment early in the morning. Have a good
Fair
night,
enough.
y'all.
Cool.
Alright, good night.
You have a wonderful night. Thanks for playing.
Thank you.
I will catch
Of
you
course, you too.
later.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Well,
So,
Peace.
yo.
yo. And then there were 2.
Yep.
Alright, so this is the part where the army comes in, burns the entire village to the ground, and only you 2 survive.
Ha!
Neato burrito.
I'm not doing that.
Preferred over
But I
distillation.
have seen really funny one shots where DMs did that. It's like the first person to fall asleep at the party, except once all of the rest of the people leave, the last people who didn't leave get to do something else.
Mm.
Fair enough. That makes like the last 2 people awake at the campsite.
Yeah. First person to fall asleep at the party kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, fun stuff.
Also, it's very funny because the whole you don't have a soul slot for that. I have no spell slots. Theoretically, I only have daily abilities.
I know, which is why I'm telling you, you can't just expend like a quote-unquote spell slot to do something and then do something else with it. You have an ability that lets you do one thing.
I know.
It's mechanically expressed as spell casting, but rhetorically and flavor-wise, it's not a spell, it's just a natural ability. That's the one thing you can do with it.
I know.
Yes.
But yeah. Fun stuff.
Are we done talking about campaign things?
Yeah.
Probably. Or at least in-character campaign things.
Okay.
We are pretty much done. If I have more, I will bother Pancake later in a different VC when at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, probably.
Yay.
We're just vibing now.
Yep. Alright.
I'll be back. I got to piss.
Okay.
I will now stop recording.